This is WFO Radio.
That's right. It's Friday, baby. Happy hour on WFO Radio Live. I'm Joe Costello, and I have started already. So get in, get down, grab a beverage, and do whatever you're going to do. Sit and look at your phone, or sit in front of your computer, or wherever you are. You're not going to want to miss this because we have got some great stuff for you. Of course, we're going to have Courtney Enders and Jason Logan. They have become my go-to guests on these Friday cocktails happy hour shows when I am feeling like I need to be entertained. And I had a big week this week. I did some airline travel. I had a lot of fun. It was a little stressful. So I'm going to bring in the A-listers this week. We've also got Lucas Oil Top Alcohol Dragster World Champion Meyer, who will not be partaking in a beverage because she is racing the first NHRA drag racing since the whole COVID virus situation happening this weekend at the Texas Motorplex. Huge deal. And we're going to be getting Megan to join us, top alcohol dragster world champion, Meyer. I got to get that in there because it's got to be said over and over again. World champion and top alcohol dragster, Meyer, will be joining us from her pit area somewhere out there and hopefully going to show us around. And it is going to be great stuff. If you're out there watching on the Facebook, start a watch party. Let's get rolling again. Let's get everybody on here while I tell you who makes this possible. People like Marvin Rodak, rodakscoffeeandgrills.com, hot sauces and spice rubs. Follow his social channels, and I won't have to do anything ever again. I won't have to tell you about it, because when you see him roast up the coffee and the hot sauce and the spice rub and do all that stuff there, the pictures of steaks and whatnot, it'll be out of your hands and you'll be ordering right away. Marvin Rodak, drag racer, great guy. He's going to be at the Texas Motorplex, I have no doubt. Total Seal Piston Rings. We got a new Hidden Horsepower podcast up. Lake Speed Jr., Keith Jones, just talking about some great stuff. Lake talking about his legendary father who beat Ayrton Senna for the 1978 World Karting Championship and then went in and had a great NASCAR career. Lake, of course, will also talk about piston rings. Total Seal doing 20% off tools and rings and all of these things. So check them out, totalseal.com. Also, Frank Hawley's Drag Racing School, the Dragster Adventure. When you get out of this, which you're out pretty much now, you're out, call Frank, frankhawley.com. A lot of the great drivers out there have gone through Frank Hawley's school, but for you, if you're just a regular person, go on the Dragster Adventure, drive a dragster. You can feel like Meyer, sort of. And of course, finally, samtech.edu, the School of Automotive Machinists and Technology. Start your education of full-speed engineers, CNC machinists, etc. All get started at samtech.edu. As I mentioned, new episode of Hidden Horsepower is up, and I am WFO Joe. We encourage you to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere you get your podcasts, YouTube especially, and nitrofishracing.com is where you would get a WFO Radio t-shirt, and we're going to unveil something big on this show. But first, we're going to bring in the two co-hosts of the show. Boom, just like that, Courtney Enders and Jason Logan. Whatever that was, Courtney, I didn't see it. So just so
you like that?
Yeah, quick hands. Quick hands, just like the driver. You got quick hands. How are you guys doing?
Right.
Happy Friday.
Hi, friends. I miss you all. Hugs.
I miss you too. I miss everyone. I miss everyone.
I do. We're going to have Meyer in a few seconds. She's at the racetrack, but I do want to get settled in with you for our journey into happy hour, that is. I don't know if you saw me leading in. I just did a stint on quarantine with the Carusos, so I'm actually a few beverages in. They got their loaded questions thing.
If they're watching, Mark, I know you texted me as well,
they're not done yet.
Oh, they're not done yet. Well, this will be out I want to put it out in the ether. I had to do my show. I apologized before we got on with this one, and then I was going to do this one. I apologize. I did not text you back. I'm horrible about that, and I was focused on what I had going on today. And
that's very big of you.
I felt bad because Mark actually texted me. It wasn't Cameron. It was Mark. I don't want to let that guy down.
They got a great program. I had fun. Amanda Busick was on there. I took a couple of beverages. I drank already, so I'm not 100%. You guys are going to have to carry the show today. Courtney, are you ready for that?
Usually that's me. I'm totally ready.
Look at this. Good. I'm going full on redneck today.
Macro brew. Love it.
But see, I got these for a prop that I was doing, but they're Budweiser Tall Boys. Who drinks Budweiser Tall Boys?
You do.
So, well, they've been in my fridge for the past. They've been in my thing for the past 3 weeks. I was like, I guess I'm going to drink Budweiser. By the way, fun fact, Joe Costello, Courtney, you ready?
Yes.
The first time I ever drank beer for real, I was 15.
Yes.
And it was lukewarm Budweiser. So every time I pop a Budweiser, I go flashback to my backyard, sneaking a Budweiser can, going, ooh, yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I mean, I'm almost 50 and I have that same exact taste. So here we go.
You're not almost 50.
I'm not.
Courtney, I'm almost 50.
Almost 50 any day. All right. So listen, I know we all want to get back to the racetrack. Everybody is dying to get back to the racetrack. So we're going to get a version of that right now. As everybody knows, NHRA drag racing is back this week with a regional race at the Texas Motorplex. And our reigning Lucas Oil top alcohol dragster world champion, Megan Meyer, is there. And they're racing, and she just had a great run. And we're going to bring her into the show.
Hey!
Look at her.
Megan,
Hey guys.
what's up, champ? How you doing?
Good. Can you see me? Hear me okay?
Yes, but remember that weird thing your phone did last time? I've noticed it. It's done it a little bit, but you keep it popping back. So we're just going to fight through it this time. If it gets weird, we'll just stall for time, and then you make it happen. But hey, you're at a good area at a drag strip. You're the champ. There it is, and that has got to be a great feeling. I know, Courtney. I think you're heading out there tomorrow, and
Yes.
there's racing this weekend. There's racing. That's exciting. We can still see you, sort of, Megan.
Okay, yeah.
We hear you. Go ahead.
I've got my selfie stick, so I can show you guys where the pits right now.
That's awesome. So what are you going to do? Are you going to give us like a tour, or are you going to give it to take us around, Megan? Get us in trouble.
That sounds so good.
Drag
There's
racing.
a funny car warming up, so I don't know if you can hear me.
It's perfect. We can hear you. Yes, you are good. Take it
So
over.
you guys are seeing the first look of the brand new NGK wrap. So
Let's do it. Brand new wrap. It's nice. That's why you're logged in to WFO Radio. And you should be sharing and starting watch parties because you're getting breaking news. You're the first out there to see the new NGK wrap of the World Champs car.
Yeah, I love it. It looks great. We even got like some aluminum for the silver part.
That's awesome. Now, who's running the other car?
My sister Rachel is. And you'll notice something a little bit different about it because it doesn't have dots on it anymore.
Oh, really?
So right now, it's the classic Meyer Truck Center right now.
That's the old school scheme that your dad rocked for so many years.
Yep.
So is it packed out there, Megan? Like, did every drag racer in the country go to the Texas Motorplex?
We have a lot of drag racers out here. So, like Sean Bellamere is here. Chris Dempke's team is here, but he's not driving. Brandon Greco is driving his car. I mean, it is just packed with top alcohol, dragsters and funny cars, pro mods, junior dragsters, top sportsmen, all of it. They're all here.
That is awesome. So you just made 2 runs, and why don't you tell us what happened? 2 test runs. Qualifying is later today, so you guys had open testing today. Give us some insight into what happened, and you got Q1 a little bit later, and isn't it nice to be talking drag racing?
Yeah, so we did 4 test runs yesterday. The first one, we smoked the tires. The last 3, we just were doing 8th mile hits, and we just kept having holes come out. So we weren't planning on testing this morning, but we weren't very happy with our performance from last night. So we changed some stuff. We stayed up to like midnight last night working on the cars. Made our first run at like 10 o'clock this morning, and we're this close to beating the track record. So we ran a 5:17, and I lifted right after the 1,000 foot. So I lifted right at 4.6 seconds. And so if I would have stayed in it all the way, we probably would have ran like a 5:11 or 5:10. So, but now it's like super hot, super humid, it's windy. So conditions are much different right now. But we have our Q1 coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. So, which is right around sunset time, so it should cool down a lot. So I think we will be really good, really good for Q1.
Very exciting.
Hey, Joe, I have a question. Hey, Megan, this is Jason Logan, Mr. All Access. How are you? Hey,
Oh my gosh.
I have a question for you. I know it's going to be a weird thing, no fans out there and things like that, but how are you and your team doing the social distancing while, warming up cars and fixing the car and rebuilding the engines and getting to the starting line? I mean, I know you guys are going to be the guinea pigs, so, we can get the Mellow Yellow series out there. How's your team handling all that?
We're, just trying to stick to our normal routine, doing the things that we have to do on the cars. But while it's downtime, like right now, so we have like 4 hours until we run again. So right now we're all like hiding in the air conditioning because it's hot. But we're spacing out, trying to follow the 6 feet apart rule. They do have a bunch of signs out here at the track. Very nice. I should show you. My mom made us masks, and they have little toy Dragsters on them.
Nice.
So we have masks. We have hand sanitizer. Been washing our hands. So the staging lanes have not been very full, just because it's testing, first come, first serve. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how that goes later on tonight once we're all in the staging lanes. But I'm pretty sure everybody, we want to all be safe. We want to all stay healthy. So we're going to maintain our social distancing. So we're doing the best that we can. We're still trying to be able to work on the cars and getting everything done.
Sorry, Joe. Are there people out there kind of monitoring that, or are they just are there officials out at the track that are saying, "Hey guys, keep space. Remember that rule"?
Not really, but there are some policemen out here that are being very strict on not letting spectators come into the track. So they're making sure everybody has a wristband whenever they come in. And, they're double checking everybody that's on the starting line. If they don't have a wristband, they will send them out.
Gotcha.
That's great. And I understand it's on pay-per-view. This is a pay-per-view event, which I don't have that information. Hopefully you do. They should have definitely been like a weekly sponsor on WFO. Don't you think, Jason, to get the word out, right?
Yeah, I didn't know it was pay-per-view.
Right.
Joe, you're a media outlet. You should have this information before everybody.
Yeah, you'd think so, Jason.
You know what you need, Joe? You know what you need? You need a PR team to run this PR for WFO Radio. I mean, Courtney, you know anybody can help him out?
I don't know anybody. It's the
You
problem.
could be added to this board over here.
Oh my gosh, that board looks pretty full, Courtney. I need someone who's going to prioritize my work. Is that
board stresses me out? Is what it does.
I'm sure it does. Wow, Megan, it's cool though. We want to race. Everybody wants to race. So people, I think, are going to do what they've got to do to keep this thing going. Racers go over the top with everything they do. So if I got to yell at you from 10 feet away, that's fine. That's fine. Let's get racing.
Yeah, and we're not like too worried about in the pits because the trailer's like 8 or 9 feet wide, so we're automatically past that 6 foot wide point from the next trailer over.
Excellent. No, and how about Jason Logan bringing us right back into COVID world? I had forgotten all about it.
And listen, Joe, that's
back into it.
They're going to be the guinea pigs. If it goes well out there with these guys,
yes,
and this whole thing, there's hope for everybody to get back out there. And
then we've got. Sorry, Jason.
Go ahead. You're good.
You can always
say that we got PDRA next weekend too. That starts next weekend. I just booked my flights yesterday for that, and I think that's kind of weird. Is it, Megan? If you're still there, I can't see you, but can hear you. Do you feel like it's going to be different, like mentally for you, without any fans there?
It is a little bit, but I try not to think about that even when I am racing at the Nationals or whenever, the stands are packed, because it does mess with you. Like, it gets in your head when you see 100 people on the starting line watching you. You get this pressure. And so it is a little bit nicer not having that that pressure on you, with all these eyeballs staring you down. But, again, I'm kind of used to that, and I kind of like that. And I like, where the NHRA TV guys are getting all up in your face to get a good shot. So I did bring out my own videographer here because we're doing a lot of videos for NGK and Lucas Oil and Gunk. So I kind of still have that same feeling while I'm here. But it's been 2 months since our last race, but it feels like it's our first race of the year.
Right.
Exactly. Well, just pretend you're a bracket racer and it's like a normal Saturday night.
Right.
It's all this way. Oh, there you go. Either way, it's working.
There we go.
Rachel, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Great. We're having fun. You're giving us the track feeling. It's like we're getting ready for our first race of the year. Jason is getting ready to give away a T-shirt, and he's getting ready to get low and get a burnout shot. And me, I'm just standing around, so everything's normal.
Normal.
Okay. She's gonna go back work on the car.
That's it. She made an appearance. That's all I care about. All right. So you're out of the box. You're very quick already. and this is the championship has been updated. So to win the title this year, there's fewer races, but it's going to count just the same. That's awesome.
That.
Me too, so much. Whoever's hoisting the trophy at the end of the year is going to be a champ regardless. You're just going to have to do it in a condensed timeline. That is for Megan. I don't know if she can even hear.
Sorry, I had someone else talking to me.
Joe, she's working.
I know she is. I don't care. I just like seeing the pit area, and I like seeing Megan on there, our top alcohol world champ. Megan, to be the champ this year, there are fewer races considered. They've abbreviated the schedule. But does that change the way you race?
Sorry. What'd you say?
About the championship being shorter this year, only 2 of 5, et cetera, in regional races. The way the points are going to work, whoever wins the championship, it's still going to count. But is that going to change? Like, you got to win right away.
Yeah. So right now I'm not sitting very good in points because with that one race that we did this year, I lost first round. So my sister's ahead of me in points right now. But that's why we're here this weekend. This race is also the last one to count for the Jigs All-Stars. So right now I'm in 3rd place for All-Stars, and they only take the top 2. So I'm hoping that I can beat my sister and Dean Dubbin so that way I can secure my spot in the All-Stars, because last year we had won the region really early on in the year. I think it was after the Tulsa regional race, which was in June. So then I pretty much just skipped the rest of the regional races because it's like, I don't need the points anymore. But then that hurt me for the All-Stars because now I've got so far behind that those guys got ahead of me in the All-Stars points. So we're here this weekend to get points for regional, national, and All-Stars.
You have to beat your sister, though, for the All-Stars? Like, you have to knock your sister out? It's like either or can you guys both knock Dean out, or how does that work?
Well, she's in first right now. And so her spot's secured. So it's between me and Dean, which I don't know. I didn't look at the points, so I don't know how far ahead he is of me. But as long as I win the race and he goes out early, we'll be good.
There you go.
That would be so cool if y'all two were the ones. That would be so cool.
Yeah. Well, last year we were.
I love it. I love it. I mean, I know it's surprising, but I'm a fan of sister stuff. So weird, right?
Why? Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It's so
weird. Makes me feel warm.
What's going on behind you? What are they working on? Show us the details of the setup.
JJ right here is setting up the clutch packs for the next 2 runs.
Excellent. That's what people are into, Jason. Technical stuff.
By the way, Joe, what I used to love to do is walk through somebody's trailer like that and go, "Hey, man, hey, what's this thing do right here? Hey, what is that right there?" I'd bother Chase all the time. Hey, Chase.
I was going to say, yeah.
Hey, hey, man, what's this thing that, it's a wrench. I'm like, "Hey, man, what's that thing do right there?" Or clutch. "Hey, man, what's this silver thing here with all this dust on it? What's that thing do?"
Megan, answer that. What's that thing do?
Well, I'll let JJ answer it.
JJ, what's that thing do?
Or Rachel should, because Rachel's the clutch girl.
Oh, nice.
Well, whoever it is, what's that thing do?
This is part of the clutch pack. You got 4 discs and 3 floaters.
Which the top fuel guys run 6. So we run 4.
Unless you're Tobler. He runs 5.
5.
Well, that's cool. And they have to be absolutely perfect. And that's really the secret to it all, right? Like, even with you guys, Courtney, like, you got to have the power, but if you can't get the power to the ground, you're not going anywhere. And that's 100%. The mad science. That's the mad science of drag racing right there, the clutch. Who knows?
And by the way, little known fact, I mean, maybe it's not so little known fact, the clutch guy gets all the girls. After the driver, the clutch guy is your guy. I'm telling you, look at Rachel. She knows. Am I right, Rachel?
Fact or not?
I feel like under my umbrella, that's not the way it works.
Are you sure?
We'll see what Rachel says. Rachel, does the clutch person get all the girls or
guys in your case?
JJ, do you get all the girgirls? Maybe Danny did. Danny Pomponio. That's who you need to talk to.
Oh,
gets all the girls.
Poe gets all the women. All right, that's good to know. No, I know he was popular out there. I just didn't know exactly the depth and intensity of it.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out, Joe, why the fun guy who throws out T-shirts doesn't get all the girls. But that's just a weird thing I'm trying to figure out. It's the clutch guy.
You made out with that girl at the last race. Remember that?
Oh, in Pomona.
Remember that? You guys remember that?
Hey,
Megan, I don't know if you were there.
Excuse me, sir. That was not a girl. That was a full-fledged woman. She was in her 50s, Joe. She was in her 50s. On the fence line, right there.
A senior woman, maybe. But it was a moment. Courtney, do you remember that? You didn't see that.
I remember that, and I was a little butthurt because he had told me that he was going to tell the fans that he had lost 20 pounds so that he could try and date me, and then he made out with some grandma on the fence.
Wow. We don't know her parental status.
Courtney and I are all about starting rumors out at the track. That's our fun thing. That's
favorite.
It's our favorite. So that's all we care about doing. So me trying to date Courtney out loud, just throwing it out there, people have been like, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah, but don't.
The next day, I posted a canoodly picture of us.
But don't change the subject from you making out with a random fan of drag racing, which was a really big moment, and that's one of the things that people remember most about drag racing. The last time out, Arizona, Erica won the race. Jason made out with a fan, and Megan and Rachel. So I guess the T-shirt guy does. He does.
I like to complain about it, Joe, but in private. You know what I'm
thinking about. That's okay.
I'm going to find this picture, and you're going to enjoy it.
I can't wait. You should email it to me, and I'll put it on the screen for all.
I have a question for the sisters.
Huh.
Okay, so I don't know y'all very well. I only really we've just had a couple of instances and just social media stuff. I'm a fan of y'all, and I know y'all, but who is like the dare I just assume but who's the Courtney, who's the Erica, who's the serious one, who's the competitive one, who's the goofy one? I want to know who's who.
I'm probably more goofy than Megan is.
Yeah,
that's for sure. I don't know.
She's the drama queen. So.
Okay.
I'm the one who's always cracking jokes at the track and stuff. I don't know.
All right, so Megan's Erica.
Yeah, I'm here to race.
But I am more serious about racing because I've raced 2 different cars and stuff. Megan only does this, so I don't know. I feel like I race every weekend.
Rachel's the competitive one. I just got that out of that.
Well, we're both pretty
good with that. You're less serious about racing.
Well, tell them about. So in our second test pass, we ran against each other. So tell them what you said after, even though she beat me because I smoked tires. But what did you say after?
That's probably the only time I'll ever beat you on the line because she always beat me on the street, and I was like 45 to her 69 or something.
Yeah, but you guys have raced some high-profile races, though, if memory serves me right. Last year, you guys clashed on the track a few times, and you both have got great cars, so that's got to be the best feeling in the world. Recently, I was watching the movie Right on Track about these 2 sisters who run junior dragsters, and the older one didn't want to race against the younger one, but then when it happened, they realized they could learn from each other, and it was a great lesson. And I felt like that could.
I feel like that's not the way it really happened.
I was going to say, was that the moral of the story, Joe?
No, that's not the lesson we learned. What I learned from that was she told me was that I had nothing to lose and she had everything to lose. But Disney said that wasn't a good lesson.
Oh. So the movie was slightly embellished.
I'm kind of just kidding, but kind of not, yeah.
Well, Joe, they raced all those races out at Mountain Motor Sports Park in Salt Lake City when they were talking about Houston Dragway or something.
I'm sorry, right? Jason, what was the name of the movie made about your life?
Courtney, we're going to get into it in about 5 seconds. Courtney, you're talking out of school. You don't know about what's going on today, right now, today on national TV, Courtney. You're going to find out soon.
You're going to find out he's got something. That's true.
Something huge,
and the Meyer sisters are just dealing with this. This friction is great.
I know.
So, but seriously, racing against each other and going through that dynamic, and your dad is like, one of the best out there. You both want to shine, but only one person can win each week on a race like this. Maybe you'll meet in the final, maybe not. But that's got to be a big moment when it does happen.
Yeah. Well, he's here too if you want to talk to him.
Not really. That's a joke. Come on. I know what the audience is interested. We love Randy. I thought, where's Randy? There he is.
He's working.
Wow. Come here, Randy. So, we were just speaking with the Meyer sisters here, and we were talking about you and how you've tuned two very top quality cars, and that we're hoping that they both make the final round. What do you think the possibility of that is?
Probably depends on the crew chief, but he's not here today.
Oh.
I'm just filling.
I like it. Are you happy to be back at the track?
Do what?
Are you happy to be back at the track, or would you rather be at the trekking center?
Well, it's actually been a little bit of relief because I was so far behind at the race shop and at the truck center. So we've actually been able to get stuff caught up. So we're in better position now, so we can go racing. People, they think you have a winter off. They realize when you got 2 or 3 cars you're doing and you run 28 weekends a year, how hard it is to get everything maintained, ready to go again. We made a lot of laps last year. Very, very blessed. Probably never have a year as good as what we had. We were just very fortunate. And we had some really good drivers that did a good job last year, and it paid off. But it's good. But it was a little bit stressful coming back because it seemed like some of the guys kind of forgot what they were supposed to do. They've had too much time off, and you get out of the routine and the groove a little bit. And some guys haven't been out since late last fall. So we had to do a little retraining yesterday, and we're better off. We're better today than we was yesterday.
You just threw your whole crew under the bus, Randy. Like right there, you just told everybody the guys are rusty. Guys are rusty. Joe. Guys are rusty. They forgot what they were doing. World champions, and they forgot what's up. I got them tuned up though.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the thing that they're all paying me just so they can get out of the house, get away from their wives and their girlfriends. So they're paying me this weekend to be here. So I have to manage this time.
I like it. No, I think that makes a lot of sense. I would want to get out of there too. I'd want a reason to get out of there. Well, listen, good luck this weekend with both cars and everything that you do. And so while you're here, the girls were just debating who's more competitive, who's more, and there was a little bit. So why don't you just give us the background on the two girls while we're here? This is your chance to kind of settle it all for us in front of everyone.
They're both very, very competitive, and they have a different level comes out when they race each other versus anyone else on the track. So, and Megan does a better job of handling it. Rachel does. She tries too hard, and usually ends up biting her because she tries too hard. And it's not from lack of effort, but sometimes when you're just more relaxed and just go up and do the deal, I think it shows a little bit with Megan. But it's definitely not a shortage of trying, especially on Rachel's part.
More seat time. Just needs more seat time. We got to get her out there more. She's got to drive more. She's got to be in the fast car more. Rachel needs more seat time. I think you guys can make it happen.
You know what? She's available for adoption.
Okay, well, I think there's a GoFundMe we can set up, and and we'll be good. We'll be good to go. Well, okay, Meyer family, we thank you for giving us a little, a taste of drag racing. We wish you the best of luck here this weekend. Rachel and Megan, thank you for coming on our Friday Cocktails show and showing us around the pit, showing us the brand new NGK wrap. All great stuff. Now, the best thing you could do for us is to go out and win the race, right? Go out there, try to win this thing.
Yeah. Well, I think Rachel might be trying even harder now just to prove him wrong.
Right, Rachel. You should do it. You should, like the snake said, rip her throat out. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry.
Well, after all, Rachel is points leader right now.
That's right.
She's going to go full on Michael Jordan on him.
That's it.
Happen. I love it.
That's good. Rachel, good luck. Get it done. Megan, good luck as well. Getting into the
Come see y'all tomorrow.
There it is.
Yes.
Be safe out there, ladies. Be safe.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Look at that. Rachel, Randy.
You got
Megan.
racing going on, Joe.
We got racing going on just like that. How about Courtney, like diving in with real questions? That was a real good, pertinent question.
What about my question?
Your question was less good.
You don't matter right now.
Right.
It was less good. I can relate to those girls. I could write, I don't know them. I just thought of this now. There's very few people that I don't know in the drag racing community. I don't know them. I want to write a story on them.
There you go. You should.
Champions.
And it's,
just because I don't know them. I always am trying to separate the personal side of the people that I write about or anything that I do and try and just concentrate on that. And that would be a nice little flip flop there. And I can relate.
I just love
stuff,
I love the fact that NHRA has all of these women that are just supreme badasses. You know what I mean?
Dude,
that are champions.
It's totally underwhelming to the rest of the world, and I don't understand it. We have more female champions than any professional sport, period.
Well, and it's not like you call them female champions, but they're top fuel champions. They're pro stock champions. You're racing against men, and I mean, it's that's you don't see women doing
like in a non-segregated sport,
right? Women aren't winning Indy races. They're not winning NASCAR races. Women are crushing NHRA races.
Yeah, Danica Patrick could put all of us in her pocketbook. So
absolutely, every one of you.
Why
nickels and dimes?
Right. Let's get Danica Patrick out to a race. Stick her in a pro stock car and see what happens. What?
No.
Here's the thing about it, though. First of all, everybody knows that drag racing is discriminated against because you guys don't turn. Okay, that's number one. It's just a fact. People don't understand. It goes back years and years. You turn, you're considered a different kind of driver. It's unfair, but it's true. Somehow, some way, people think it's easier, which it's not. It's just a different skill.
They just don't understand. Yeah, they just don't know what it takes. That's the thing.
Right.
Understand and don't know what it takes. That having been said, Megan is a world champion, the first female top alcohol dragster world champion. Her sister's right behind her, and that's it. That's what makes
dominating fashion too. Like she did it like a boss.
Yeah,
it was insane what she did,
and fought off some of the greats to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so listen, that was great stuff with Megan. I just got a video sent by our great friend Mickey Prestige of Megan yesterday. It's a video. It was just sent to me. It just said Megan yesterday. I haven't watched it. Should I play it?
Yeah.
Old? Could it be bad?
Cocktail hour. No. I mean, it's what happens on Fridays here.
Exactly. Let's watch this video. And there it is.
Hey, hey, Joe, put that video back up and watch when you see the videos. Wait,
go ahead.
See the red 4x4 or the quad right there as she burns out? Watch that. Watch that.
What about
that's where I sit. That's where I sit. And watch
oh my gosh.
Your spot. Courtney, where's your spot?
Everywhere.
That's where the mellow yellow cart hangs out and stays and gets ready to go, do fun stuff, Joe. I'm just saying, I want to get back out there.
Okay. Courtney, do you want to see why he wants to get back out there? That's why.
Hell.
That's why. That's the reason. This is the reason he wants.
Look at the guy behind his head.
Wait,
look at the guy behind his head.
He's like, yeah, get some, boy.
Which guy? That guy right there? Yeah.
With the beard?
He's into it. Everybody, the guy with the sunglasses over in the upper right-hand corner. He's like, yeah.
Joe, I'm about to send you my favorite photo that I've ever had taken of me at the racetrack ever that I found today.
Okay. Taken of you? Because I did post what you posted earlier today. It's a little more serious. I was going to say for I steal stuff.
Oh.
That
was a good post.
Not only that, but it turned into a thing because some people started to say how great you're doing on this show. And then there was a response, and I can never tell if it's you or it's Erica, but I'm guessing that she gets paid. She gets drunk on the air and calls it work was the quote.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm guessing that was Erica.
I'm seeing a little jealousy. A lot of people ask me if I'm jealous of my sister. People have the audacity to ask me that. And my answer is a legitimate no, because guess what my job is?
Exactly.
Right.
Management. That's what it's called. Management.
Yes.
You're going to email me that photograph?
I texted it to you like an iPhone user.
You got to email it because then I can get it to this machine that I'm using. The quantum, the flux capacitor to get this show on.
Jason, while I cue this up,
yes, ma'am.
Jason texted me while we were talking to Megan.
We could tell. Yes.
Like, you were on TMZ today?
Holler, bitches.
Logan was on TMZ.
Like, what is that even?
So yeah, I had a movie made about myself. Well, I was on cable access TV today. TMZ live, baby. That's right.
Why?
So if you haven't watched us do what we do, the reason why I couldn't go on the Caruso's Fireball Friday, because every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I play a game called What Does Joey Know? And what we do is we play music and we guess theme songs. Like I tried to do this with TV theme songs like we do at the track. Started like 2 months ago when this whole thing started, and it's turned into the whole thing. And Joey is Joey Fatone,
famous person
from NSYNC.
From NSYNC,
Yeah.
legendary boy band,
Right?
Heard by many.
Right. So we've been doing this bye. We've been doing this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we've had Boyz II Men on. We've had Bret Michaels. We've had Taylor Dane. We've had who else have we had? Debbie Gibson.
Not Courtney Enders.
Courtney, we're saving you. We're saving you for your genre. Your genre, country, okay?
Yes,
but we've had all these celebrities on. Today we had Ariana Grande's sister, or brother, which is when you hear the theme of today, her brother, Frankie Grande on. And I don't know why we picked this topic, but we did. It was drag queens. So we had drag queens on. We had another guy named Kevin Cahoon, who is on the Netflix show Glow, and he's a drag queen on there. And we played gay anthems. I don't know. I don't know why we did it, but we did it. And we had 4 different drag queens on.
It got you on TMZ.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a funny bit. That was actually very well targeted.
It was good, but we do that. We come up with genres, like we did a genre. Is the singer black or white? So we played black and white artists, and we had the guys from Boyz II Men try and guess if they were black or white.
Awesome.
We did cartoon theme songs one day. We've done Broadway. Everything. So we've had it, and we've had different people on from the NHRA to play with us. So we bring a celebrity on, we talk to them, have a little Q&A, and we play music. And then we'll bring a fan on, and then we'll let fans play, and it's just a cool way to interact with people that are fun. So TMZ called and said, "Hey, Harvey Levin wants to play, and Charles want to play," so we played. Yeah,
wow.
Harvey, he's a lawyer, by the way. I'm a lawyer.
That's pretty big, Jason.
It is huge. What's going to happen is Jason Logan is going to blow up.
I'm not coming back out.
He's going to fly away.
He is. And we're going to remember what a celebrity we used to work with.
Listen, Joe, I have a Cameo account now. Do you know who else has a Cameo account?
No.
Brian Loans.
What?
He has a Cameo account. Yeah.
Brian Loans has got a Cameo account?
Brian Loans is actually on TV. I am not.
No,
that's true. He is. I forget that these people that we deal with on a regular, I forget.
I have a Cameo account now. So life is good. I do Uber Eats. I deliver food. I made $97 the other day. Bam!
I'd like to talk about Mitchell Gunter's comment. Can we highlight that?
Well, I got to stand by. I'm in the wrong zone here. I got to get Jason off.
I like what he says, and
Mitchell
this is good stuff.
Mitchell, ask Kurt Busch how easy drag racing is. I believe Erica had him first round at Gainesville and cut a tree on him. Yeah.
At least he came out.
He did. And you know what? He really did a really good job. He did a good job. Everybody who worked with him that day said that they were very surprised with how well he picked up on it, because it usually, if you've never been at the racetrack when somebody's in a pro stock car for the very first time, you'd be very surprised with how little of them make it 3 feet. Like the greatest of drivers and anything else, it does not matter. And I'm not saying pro stock's harder, this and that. I rep it all the days long, but I rep it like that because I feel like people just don't know. And watching somebody's first day is usually disastrous.
I've heard stories of it taking all day to get out of the water box just to do a burnout is really challenging. Very challenging. And he apparently picked it up really well, did a really good job. So not taking anything out of that, but I just liked that comment. Well, I remember that.
I was there.
I did an interview with Kurt in the tower at the Gator Nationals. I think I was still working at XM at the time, maybe, I don't know. And as a drag racer, I was really hoping that Erica would win that race because I felt like I could say something. Poor Erica ends up in all these really high pressure single races, right? Like there was one. If Kurt Busch just jumps in a drag race car into pro stock and just beats one of the regulars, Erica Enders, who's supposed to be great in his first time, whether it's true or not, it's going to send some sort of a message to people. Like that could be that hard, right? And
it really was a lot of pressure for that.
It had to be, and it was a big round. And Kurt did a great job, and I'm happy he came over. I hope he comes over again. Like as he retires or hangs it up, he'll have the money. Come on, Kurt, come race the season.
Every time we go to Charlotte, we always have a couple drivers come in the pit like Sunday night late or Monday if we stay in test, and they always get in and they always ask how it goes. And last year we had a couple there, but it's so funny. Their response always is, well, I spent all weekend in the fuel pits and that's cool and whatever. But like, I didn't realize this was going on. Like Ricky Jones was talking to, I can't even remember who was over there. It wasn't Clint Boyer. It was somebody who's retired. But anyway, like they were just flabbergasted with the amount of time that was spent into it and how long it took to explain it. And I want them all to come over when we're there. It's awesome.
Well, the Cup Series is probably closer to Pro Stock
than
anything that happens on the Nitro side. It's just they get a lot of pub. They go 330 miles per hour. But it was a big win. And Kurt has driven, Indy style cars, tested at Champ Car, so he can get in anything. And he showed it. I earned a lot of respect for his just overall driving ability. But it was great that Erica beat him. Angie Smith is out there, guys. They've got a big thing going.
Ange.
Oh yeah,
the puppy races.
I'm going Coco Chanel, baby. Coco Chanel by a snout.
I invited her to come on, and I sent her the link, so she's welcome to come on. But we're talking about the Denso 3-wide Doxy Nationals with Matt and Angie Smith. That's tomorrow.
Love it.
What is it, at 3:30?
See, that's what's
on their Facebook page.
They are that's creativity right there. That's what everybody's been forced to do during this quarantine is get creative, and they're doing a fantastic job. They've got their sponsor. Dude, it's so great. I love it. I think that's the best.
It is.
Well, Lisa is so cool. Lisa has a vision that I think we all have where it doesn't have to be just show the race and show the results. Right. And she's committed to the brand of not only the Smiths and the racing thing, but everything that has to do with them. I mean, they've seriously invested in Denso invested in a wiener dog race. Y'all.
Right. I know. Right. But
that's crazy.
You're doing the same thing with your drivers. You're highlighting them. You're not highlighting the car. That's what I think we're missing with is finding out about Alex Laughlin, finding out more about Erica, finding out all about your drivers, because they all have personalities. And unless you're in the pits and get to know these people more, you don't get to know. And the fact that
even the crew guys and stuff too. We have Chase Freeman. Chase Freeman signs autographs.
Right.
Hey, man.
People come over and ask for him.
It's because of you. It's because of you putting videos of Chase just being Chase. I mean,
he's a big dumbass, so it helps.
He's not as big anymore, though. I thought he slimmed down a whole lot.
He has.
He is. They are, and we're going on a optional team trip to Broken Bow this week. I don't have time for this, and we're forced to go.
Optional. Right, optional. Right, you better be there. Are we going to get another video of the golf course?
Oh, please.
It's going to be similar. And I'm only going to be there. We have it the whole week. We have it Monday to Monday, but I can only go. The women go Monday.
Hey, did Richard tell you he called me yesterday?
Thank you. No. So why did you not tell me that?
Yesterday, I hang up my phone, and all of a sudden, my phone pops up, and it says Richard Freeman. Richard Freeman. And all of a sudden, I hear this. Hey, man.
Are you stupid?
Hey, listen here. I need you to bring out that shop vac because I'm trying to sell this trailer, and we got stuff all over the place. And I just listened to him go on and on. And he goes, and he's talking to somebody else. He's like, hey, seriously, get a dustbuster or something out here because we got to clean up some of this stuff. I'm trying to sell a MF and trailer. I go, hey, Richard, this is Jason Logan. Not whoever, because he goes, hey, Logan, I need you out here. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And I go, this is
we
Jason
have a shop
Logan.
guy, Logan.
And he goes, what the hell? Goddamn. All right. I got to call Logan. I need somebody. I'm trying to sell it. Dude, he was so funny for 45 seconds. It was the best. But he was like so disappointed. There she is.
There she is. Angie Smith.
Hi, pretty girl.
Joining us now. The great promoter of the Denso 3-wide Doxy Nationals on their Facebook page, 3 p.m. tomorrow. Everybody set your timer and go to their Facebook page. What's up, Angie? Are you ready? You ready for this big event, this great event?
I'm ready.
All right, she's ready. That's good.
I'm ready. You know, we've got the dogs ready. We got uniforms for the we got uniforms for the dogs. We got.
Listen, Angie, I have a question for you. What have you can't hear me?
I can't hear Jason.
We're so used
Lucky.
to it. Be happy, Angie. Be happy.
Put me back in. Can you hear me now, Angie?
Put me back in.
Oh, I'm good. I just can't hear Jason, and he's like,
Angie, can you hear me now?
All right. No, she can't hear you. Just save it to the end.
All right, here we go. No, she can hear me now. I want to know what you've been feeding Coco Chanel this week, because I got money on Coco Chanel, and I need that dog to be at its peak, prime, ready to rock and roll. What have you been feeding this dog?
What have you been feeding the dog, Angie? He wants to know what you're feeding.
Well, they get a little bit of yogurt when I have yogurt. I mean, they get the typical good quality dog food. They get a little bit of yogurt, but when they win tomorrow, whoever wins will get a fillet.
Ooh.
Wow. Ooh. They're like really up in the ante here.
Can I race?
They're gonna get some like whipped cream too. So it's gonna be fun. We got little medals for the dogs to wear. We're going to do the whole ceremony. It's going to be awesome.
Joe, ask her if there's going to be participation trophies, because I can't have participation trophies.
We want to know if there's going to be a participation trophy for the dogs that don't win.
Absolutely not. We don't do participation trophies here.
Not a girl.
I race an HRA. If I don't win, I don't get a trophy. Now, I will say we're going to do a podium, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3. It's going to be silver, gold, and bronze. However, but we don't.
But bronze basically means you sucked.
Yeah.
Yes, good call.
That's a bummer. Okay, so where's the track going to happen? We know it's going to be happening on your Facebook page. They can go to nhra.com and then click a link directly through. Yes, we're all drinking beverages. Here's to you guys in a great race. Enjoy. But give out that information. Again, we know it's going to be 3 p.m. tomorrow, midday Saturday. Everybody,
3 p.m.
The eyes of the world are going to be on you guys and the Denso 3-Wide Doxy Nationals.
Yes, it is. So we're setting up the track it's kind of beside our house, but it's kind of the front yard. We got it roped off. We got Denso banners roped off. We have about 6 people coming in. Everybody's going to hold one dog. I'm going to be at the finish line. And whoever gets there first gets steak and a peppercini. And they're gonna run to me banner. It's gonna be fun, and the biggest grand prize of all, if you actually just come on the Facebook Live and you comment who you think's gonna win, you don't have to be exactly right. If you comment who you think's gonna win, we're gonna randomly pick one person to get 2 free tickets to an NHRA event, either in 2020 or 2021. It'll be your
signing
choice.
up.
Wow.
And if it's so you can come and get 2 free tickets. 2 free tickets if you get picked, and it's going to be awesome, guys. And Denso they're donating to 3 charities in response to all of this. We're doing 3 charities. Each dog is affiliated with a charity. Whatever dog wins, they're donating $1,000 to the charity, and the other 2 are getting donations of $500. And the charities are Patriot Paws, Heaven Can Wait, Rescue. So we're doing 3 charities associated. So it's a really good feel-good thing.
Super.
That Denso and we're doing.
Real quick, give me the names of the dogs that are going to be competing, please.
Coco Chanel, Bella, and Mocha. Mocha likes belly rubs, and we did like a whole racer profile every day. We did one dog racer profile. Coco Chanel's the fitness model. Bella's the very shy one, but she can come from behind. And Bella and Mocha, she just likes belly rubs and food.
I'm telling you, Coco Chanel's got hands on. She's in. I love it. Coco Chanel's
I'm with you. I think Coco's probably one.
Coco Chanel is the 4-1 favorite. You know, Bella's the 9-1 long shot, and Mocha is sitting there at 7-1. So Coco Chanel, Vegas is really loving Coco Chanel right now.
It's on the Caesars board.
Yes, it's on the big board here on WFO as the favorite. But what everybody knows, though, we got to go for the trifecta. So, do you have the dogs' numbers? Do they have numbers?
I'm going to box my trifecta.
No, we have color uniforms.
Okay.
So Mocha is in red.
Right.
Mocha's in red. Bella's in blue.
Yes.
And Coco Chanel is yellow.
Okay. I'm going to take the red, yellow, blue box, and I think I'll come out on top with that.
Joe, do you know that from dog racing or horse racing?
I've been to dog racing.
Yeah.
I've been to both. I've been to all paramutuals.
Right.
All checked off. All gambling.
And you know Coco Chanel, the one that you sit on the counter and hide from. Coco.
That's why I say that Coco's going to win, because she's an ass.
She's a badass.
And aggressive people win stuff.
That's true.
It's right. It's right, Courtney.
I may not love her, like she's bit me, but I believe in her. I believe in her.
I believe in life.
And maybe she'll watch this one day and she'll stop biting me every time. I go into the Smith's trailer, seriously. Like, if y'all know me, I'm not really afraid of a lot of stuff, but I come in and I go, where is she? And Matt's always like, oh, you're fine. And then I try and be fine, and I walk in and she's drawn blood, and then she'll come out and I get up on top of the thing, and I'm like, where's that dog?
The best is pulling up early.
Sit on the floor with her.
The best is pulling up early in the morning, and Angie's out there at the top end walking the dogs, and you just see him. She's out there. She's like, it's starting her day, and she's like, oh, I gotta walk these dogs. It's just great.
These dogs. So I think it's going to be a great event. I'm excited.
This year, y'all, the fans will be able to see more of that, because we were about to unleash Kingsridge Media. My media company here we've got a new thing that we're doing with the Smiths. We've covered the Smiths as like a Denso representative, but now what we've talked with in the last year's new season plan is to do kind of a Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So we're going to have a 4 to 7 minute video each week of a little bit of racing, like the Smiths go racing, not racing involves the Smiths. So you're going to see Angie walking those dogs. You're going to see that dog biting me. You're going to see them lovers quarrel. You're going to see what happens in the pit. And it's going to be a whole new side of the Smiths. And I was so excited to start this in Gainesville.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Yeah, someone asked me today the latest, greatest on the Pro Stock Motorcycle schedule. The last information I had was what you had said on the show a couple weeks ago on Happy Hour. The rumor. Have you heard any updates to the rumor situation, or is it still the same?
It's still the same. I just heard that, we're going to start in Seattle. That's all we've really heard. And I really want to start in Seattle, and I really want to start before that. Hopefully we start before that. And, there is a rumor that there could be possibly another race in July, no fans, just to kind of test the waters. If that's true, then I hope so, because all I care about is I just want to get back racing. We've spent so much time on the dyno, we've been testing, and it's just sitting here wasting. I'm ready to go racing.
Yes, this was going to be your best year.
I heard we might get 2 in July.
We're revealing all kinds of rumor stuff here on this Happy Hour.
I don't know.
You're really seasoning up the rumor mill.
I've felt like I've heard it from enough people to where I want to say it, because I've heard that we may get 2 in July, back-to-back in Indy. Nothing's come out, nothinged, but back-to-back in Indy, but they won't be Indy because you can't run Indy without fans. So we would just be making up with tracks that I guess of states that have more extreme situations going on and maybe run it there. But I don't know. That's what I've heard. If we want to stir the pot a little.
It's too late. You've already stirred the pot. The pot is
You peppered
I hope we go.
pretty well
I hope
there.
we go.
I hope we go too. I hope
I get to go. I
just want to drop the clutch.
Mr. All Access, you're not going.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere.
Fan interaction. When they say there's no fans, that means you and me. We're watching on NHRA.TV.
But
that's okay.
Or should they invest more in things like that to create the NHRA TV as what it is, and make that the show, and not even think of the people in the stands? We're trying to get people to watch and engage and give a crap.
Have you considered
when we're not actually racing?
Have you considered becoming an agent? This media PR stuff, it's right in the neighborhood. Maybe you could become an agent because you're making very competent arguments that I feel like are very strong in the avenue that the guy below me
I feel like it's a very cheap investment. Not that you're cheap, but what it is for what it could become. If you bring a team of steady people to these no fan races, they'll watch forever. They'll subscribe forever.
Right. And worded letter.
And here's what needs to happen for these.
They know where to find me.
And what needs to happen at these the no fan races? Listen, I know they've got the Fox broadcast and stuff like that.
Allegedly.
But allegedly, they should have Joe and I out there doing pieces with the Courtney Enders and the Ericas going in the pits. Let us do that for NHRA.TV. I mean, what are we doing here?
It's like NHRA Facebook Live and NHRA TV almost like come together. And what you and Nikki do, Joe, when you bounce around, you add some things to this and it becomes a show. And guess what happens when you have a show? People watch.
Right.
Well, first of all, I don't want to
amazing.
I can only assume, as someone with great faith and such great experience over the years, that they are on top of this. And assuming allegedly this is all true, then I have no doubt that they're going to come to that conclusion as well. With all the people out there on NHRA.TV and the fact that they'll want entertainment like they get on a normal weekend.
Hey, team reps. I speak for team reps. We'll give them stuff. We'll work with them. We'll give.
Well, that's what
people pay a lot of money for.
Yes. I think that's what's going to happen. You're going to give stuff.
Yes.
And cut Joe and I out.
I've had people already get. Well, no. But that allows a space for people to see a different side. But then y'all go over there and you use that in those pieces.
That's Courtney. That's true. But listen, seriously though. You don't have to boycott if we're not invited. Okay?
Right.
I appreciate you.
I want Erica and Angie out there racing. You don't have to listen. Joe and I are big guys.
We can handle it. You
We're
don't
big
have
boys.
to boycott on our behalf. We could take it.
Listen, I'm on TMZ today. TMZ, Courtney.
But me and Angie, go ahead.
Go. You go, and then I'm gonna say something.
I was just going to say, if you're going to have anybody who's going to boycott just to boycott, it might be these two broads on this broadcast right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, girl.
Exactly. And this is what I think we need to do. I know we're kind of waiting to see if we can have fans in the stands. You know what? Let's do it. I mean, not to, applaud NASCAR. They're getting on with their racing season, and that's what we want to do. Every racer, I've not talked to one racer that says, "Oh, we need to wait it out." If we have to draw for qualifying positions and not qualify, let's go do it. Then you'll see who the real racers are. I'm down for it. Let's draw out of a hat and let's go racing.
Yes, I agree. I whatever you got to do to get out there, get in the mix, be safe, whatever. As long as we're abiding by laws, so that we don't get put into a bad spot legally. The racers do what they got to do. They can all wear their brand new and available WFO Radio logo masks.
Where can we get that, Joe? Where can we get that?
You just ask me and I'll send you one.
Oh, okay.
One, Jason? Courtney, would you like one? I will send you two.
Listen, I've been wearing
I have a sparkly one.
Oh my God, that one's so much cooler. Well, let's do a mask trade.
I've been wearing the Courtney Enders buff that she gave me out there. I've been wearing that out. The one you used for your promo piece, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been wearing that.
I
have new ones coming.
I don't know if you watched the NASCAR race, but when Denny Hamlin won the race and he got out with his mask on, it was the greatest thing ever.
It was crazy.
His face.
Oh yeah, that was good.
His face on a mask like this. It was great.
Yes, and see, there's a perfect example. He had planned a moment to have a little fun, and it all paid off, and he got so much exposure because of that mask. And you always got to be thinking ahead. Maybe it doesn't work out, and you don't get the bust.
I thought it was cool. Right.
It was a little creepy.
It was great.
Yeah.
Well, and that's
I shared it. I sent it to Erica. I'm on her Instagram. I'm like, get him.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what
it was a permagrin. It was great.
That's what Angie's doing. She's thinking ahead. This one's thinking ahead with a dachshund race. I like it.
I like it. Angie, thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Good luck with the Doxy Nationals, 3 p.m. tomorrow on your Facebook page. Go on Facebook Live. It's going to be great. And again, I got red, yellow, blue tri-box for $10.
Coco.
There it is.
Coco Chanel is going to win, baby.
Way to go. Thank you, Angie.
Logan's winning because I'm her crew chief.
Oh, there it is.
You know what's going to be sad, Joe?
What's
when
that?
she puts the other dogs up for adoption after the one wins.
Well, you know
that's going to be sad. That's going to be a sad day.
They treat those dogs that don't win very poorly.
They're like horses. They're like horses, Joe.
Those dogs get treated better than Matt.
Of course they do.
Oh, we're talking about bird dogs. I was talking about greyhounds, actually. But yeah, I guess that makes perfect sense.
Courtney, have you ever been to a greyhound dog race before?
Yes. In Houston, they've got a really cool place, but I'm not going to lie, I don't love it.
No, it's not good for the dogs. It's mean.
Like my dog has a pillow next to me.
Yeah.
So
it's I don't want to say like it's cruel to the dogs, but it is. It's cruel. They're breeding these dogs just to make them run, and the second that they can't run, they get put up for adoption, but barely adopt. What? It's been 48 hours. Okay, see you later.
I think it's like an out of sight, out of mind thing for me. I like to pretend that they just don't do it.
Well, in Florida, they just made it illegal, from what didn't they, Jason? Didn't we just?
They did. And I mean, where I used to live on the other side of Orlando, there was this road called Dog Track Road, and on one end they had one. What do they call them?
Dog track.
Yeah, the dog track. They had one dog track on one side, and on the other end, another one. There was like a big field where they had all these kennels and they had all these dogs because all these dogs were just going back and forth. And yeah, you'd just see dogs. Sometimes they'd let them out, and you'd see greyhounds just running around. It is sad. It's bad. It's
unfortunate, and we shouldn't have now we're into a real conversation. Way to go! In that. Why can't we just gamble on sports, people? Like everybody's gambling on sports anyway. There's
honestly, like the horse racing is one thing. I don't know.
Horse racing, I'm okay with.
Me too. For some reason, I don't know why, but I am.
For some reason, I'm okay with it. But the people will tell you that the horses aren't treated very well at all.
They're
dogs.
Do you see what Lisa wrote? Lisa put no Denso dog racers will be shunned.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Lisa, for the disclaimer.
Appreciate it. And I love your profile picture too.
She's one of the people I miss out there too, because she's just real and fun. That's what's so great about drag race. I mean, everybody's real and fun out there. And she's just, you walk up to her and she's like, I got no time for you, Jason. And then she'll say something. And then I'm like, okay, now you have time. And now we'll talk for 5 minutes. And I won't talk to her the rest of the weekend. And I won't see her until the next weekend.
I love
we'll
her.
Come right back to that. She's great. I love her too.
Mark Caruso's out there now. If you want to apologize,
Mark Caruso, I apologize for not texting you back. I had to do my show earlier, and then Joe had asked for this one. I know.
TMZ famous.
I'm sorry, Mark. I apologize. Please ask me to do. I will do Fireball Friday next week. I promise.
Exactly. So there you go. Good job, Jason. You can take
Can I use your fans real quick? I just have one question. I want people. I'm doing my. I got the whole screen.
Yeah.
I am covering. Kingsridge is covering PDRA for the first time. We put out a press release today that we got hired to kind of do what we did in Orlando for their series for the whole year. So since there's no NHRA racing going, I'm going to be heading over there with a couple videographers and such, and I'm going to be taking over their social media. And I don't really know PDRA racing that much or the people, and so I've been studying. This is my first drag race, studying the people of it, studying the classes. I'm a very routine person. I don't know how to do this. So I need the PDRA people, and Melissa, you made me think of this, to help me out here. Send me the cool stories, who the people to watch are, and things that we need to keep an eye on, because we're going to be covering racing, yes, but we're going to be really concentrating on the people of the PDRA. And I pride myself on knowing the people of the NHRA, and I don't know y'all. So send me your stories and the people of. I need help.
Melissa, I would love to come to Galat, and I would DJ and do exactly what I did at the Door Slammer event. I would get in my car and drive there in 2 seconds.
Yes, that is right. You did a great job. That was tremendous, Jason. And I believe Lee Sebring is up there. He calls their action at PDRA. So there is Courtney's Instagram account. And
yes. I want to know what the people want to see, who they want to know about, what you want to follow.
Right. I know. I just heard that Camry Caruso is going to be out there this weekend, possibly, if some things go right. So we shall see how it all works out. All right.
Girl Amanda Busick's coming.
Amanda, I was on there with her, and we were doing the Fireball Friday questions and some interesting questions. And so I got one that could go in any direction. And so I decided to answer Amanda Busick was the answer. And then I didn't tell them the question, and then I just left. So
I love that
come on,
joke.
Joe.
It was.
Costello. That is very good of you. Good job.
It was a good moment. All right, let's discuss this photograph. Courtney's favorite photo, period.
Oh,
Look at that.
that was Joe. That was during her PR World Championship season right there.
It
She
was.
was
And
hurt?
people thought that I bought that by a friendship, but that's the reason I found that photo. That's the reason I was the champion that year, folks. That
And-
track that was Richmond, it was 199 million degrees out there, and that racetrack was hot, and I had flames on my cast drawn by Ryan Mangus Interiors there. Little shout out.
And,
And that
Joe,
was
the
pretty
best
cool.
the best is she's got crutches there, but ask her how many of those little knee little scooters she had. How many
Listen, I had-
scooters you buy?
How many knee scooters?
I had a 4-wheel drive one for the racetrack that hauled ass, and it had huge tires. I had one in my house because we had a tri-level house, and so I had to have one in each level to run around. But they told me that race, they tried to tell me I couldn't have my scooter at the starting line. So it was a whole debacle. So then I did the crutches, and then they told me that the crutches were an issue. So now there's a rule that you can't have any kind of wheeled device. It used to say motorized device, but the Courtney clause, no wheels on the starting line, folks.
Courtney's like,
I had to
hey,
make a living. I had
Courtney's
to
like,
work.
yeah, she's like, hey, my knee's good, but I've got all these scooters. So if you know anybody who needs a scooter, tell them I got plenty of them. I
got an
she had a
arsenal. I lent one to
wholesale
a lady to go to Disney World. She had to go to Disney World. She used one of my scooters.
She had a wholesale warehouse thing going. She was the
Yeah, offer
Costco of wheel scooters.
You put them on offer up. I think that is a good way to do it. It's been here it is. You know, Camry and I are this weekend, of course, going
Of
to
course. It'll
yeah.
probably be my home base.
So, Courtney, why are you going? So you're going to Dallas tomorrow. Are you guys racing at all, or are you just going to hang out and see what's up?
No, there's a drag race, and I live 45 minutes from Ennis,
Okay.
and by God, I'm going.
All right, that's wondering.
Yeah, you live so close. So, Anna, just to recap, NHRA.tv is where the broadcast will be. I hear it is $15 to watch this weekend's race at the Texas Motorplex, which, come on, in this world of like help small businesses stay alive, I think 15
I was just going to say.
If
People are going to complain. People are going to talk mess, but this is our industry. These are our people.
Right.
Support it. Watch it. Support it.
Now, I assume that's $15 for people who aren't already subscribers. If you're already a subscriber like I am, I'm assuming
I
that.
would
Oh, good call, Joe. What if we can get that?
Yeah, like we're already subscribers, Jason. We go and we get subscribed to NHRA.tv and enjoy. One thing I do need to do, though, is I need to go back through there and pick out some of our great bits, like from this past year where we had all that stuff, that Arby's stuff that was so great.
Oh, the Arby's stuff was great. Good call, Joe.
Yeah, and I have not pulled anything for my reel just in case. But, we'll have to figure it out. But
yeah, no, that's a good call. You know how, well, I'm not going to say how I pulled stuff from my reel, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I figured it out.
Okay, see, so now we're getting conflicting information. I hear Bang Shift is covering for $15, says Melissa. So I've gotten a whole bunch of information. So we'll go back to the original.
That's it.
Which
I'm
is
going
we
to
have no
NHRA
idea.
right now.
And that's it. I paid my $50 and found out it was on NHRA.
But I bet the Google machine will tell us.
Yeah, but see, again, not to complain, but I should have this information already input in my brain.
You should, Joe. You're a
But
media outlet.
Joe, as the
It's my
person who always says things to irritate people,
Yes.
yes, you should. But it's as people who this is our entire life, and pretty much everything in our news feed has to do with drag racing. We probably should have read it somewhere in order to gain that information. If you're a media outlet, you probably should be given it by some kind of PR representative.
All right, Joe. I'm on NHRA.tv. Are you
Thank
ready?
you very much for making me feel better about it, because that's the answer. It's like, well, if you care, you'll know. But this weekend,
No, pre-furlough, that's somebody's job to alert the media.
I was
Right?
working this week. I was up in Johnson City, Tennessee. We did our final week shoot of Performance TV, 8:30 a.m. Motor Trend Network, guys. Sorry, Jason. And I was consumed by that. And so here we are. Alan mentioned it. We were doing a show in the middle of the studio. Like I was set up. I was sitting on a stool. It did not absorb the information. And here we are. We're doing a show, and it's coming up, and we've got conflicting reports. But Jason Logan is going to clear it up.
Breaking news.
All right, so I'm on NHRA.tv, and the Lone Star Nationals are up here. All right,
Excellent.
and the event starts in an hour and 5 minutes. So Megan Meyer was
Shout out
correct,
Texas for opening first, by the way.
right? Florida's opening, Courtney. We can
But
figure
Yes,
stuff
give
out.
me my moment.
Everybody needs to do the right thing. We can't be like those people on the beach who are all standing together. Right. Just do the right thing.
Look, I am as Republican as they come.
Yeah.
I got a mask.
But it doesn't need to be Republican or Democrat.
But it doesn't. But people that are hard-headed think that it is that. And that's why I'm saying, like, it's just about safe. Like, do I want to wear it? No. But when I go get a manicure at 5:30 today, am I going to wear it? You bet your ass.
Listen, I got my hair cut the other day for the first time in like 8 weeks before I got my hair cut the week of the door slammers. So I went in, my girl was like, met me outside, gave me the temperature thing. She stuck this thermometer right on my forehead. I'm like, Jesus. Yeah. And then she's like, wash your hands, wash my hands, cut my hair. The whole time wearing a mask. And then as I paid my bill, before I hit her little, phone thing to pay my bill, she's like, sanitize. I go, I haven't touched anything in the past 45 minutes. What are we doing? She goes, I'm just being safe. This is the way it's got to be. And I'm like, you know what? If that's what I got to do to get my hair cut, because, man, it was all over the place. What is that?
I got spray hand sanitizer from Lee and the Jegs something or other that I should know the name of because I handle their stuff, but I don't.
I have some of that stuff as well. We must have been in the same place.
Yeah, I put it in the media room. I put a huge bucket in the media room and
I grabbed them all, man. I have a whole bunch of them. They're fantastic. But it's great that you mentioned this because Ryan McGee, I don't know if you guys know Ryan McGee. He does he's on ESPN. He's involved in all the different stuff. And he went out to the NASCAR race and he put out a tweet that it was like he was being, and I'm going to make up a word here, mask shamed. Right? Like people were yelling at him because he was wearing the mask. Like, you wearing that mask, what you doing? And he put it out there like, hey man, we can't have that. Like that's craziness that we're going to start yelling at people because they choose to wear the mask and then don't wear the mask or not. And if they're not wearing the mask and then all of a sudden like, oh man, I didn't wear the mask and then I got sick like that. We should not go there. We should be smart enough to
like, I wasn't wearing one. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably the area of this, it doesn't matter, but I don't wear it. If it says recommended, I don't wear it. If it says required, I don't bitch and complain and moan and like do some kind of protest, but where it's my choice, it's my choice. And where it's not, it's not. But with the people who it is your choice, like I know the risk and I'm not going to blame anybody else if something kind of happens. And I think that's where everybody, you think this way or you think this way, wear it or don't. But how about just like, we're Americans and we're to the point where we've seen what it does and we all can make decisions for ourselves and our families, and it's not on us to judge anybody else. So just live in your own little world and keep yourself and your family safe, however you think is the best.
I agree. I agree.
And if we have to, like, what do we want most?
Buy cute masks, though. If you're gonna wear them,
here's an opportunity.
But here's the problem, and I shouldn't say the problem. Here's where I come down on this. How hard is it to wear a mask or stomp on that loud pedal thing?
It's hard. No, but they are kind of cute. There is a
and it's kind of like puts us in a place in history.
Right.
Like all of our memories in 5 years from now are going to be us like masked up at Nordstrom's.
Right. But I'm like, it's not that difficult to wear it. Listen, my throat is on fire because I've been wearing a mask. And I'm breathing in my own air. I get it. It's uncomfortable. But guess what? If it gets the economy rolling again and it gets things happening and we can
go racing again.
Right. Wear the stupid mask. Don't be, I'm that guy. Don't do that. Just use common sense.
So I've been watching all these documentaries. I've been telling the story over and over again, like World War I, World War II, like the British went through the Battle of Britain, right? The Nazis are bombing the heck out of them. Like in history, there are people who went through a lot of bad stuff and suffered and sacrificed. And if this is the sacrifice that we have to go through to get
to save our economy,
to save the economy, to go to the track, to do what we want. Hey, wash your hands
and sell them. Make money.
And wear the mask. There's going to be someone who complains about it. Now, I've had some conversations recently with folks that are like real, like personal liberty type people. Like, I don't want to wear the mask, like what you were just saying, Courtney.
Get it?
Right? Well, okay, let's imagine we're, it's World War II and we're the nation at war and it's the West Coast and the air raid sirens go off, right? And the air raid sirens, when the air raid sirens go off, right? Thank you very much. Here they come. Shut out your lights. Everybody turn out your lights. Where they are. They're coming. And I'm like, I'm not turning out my lights. You can't tell me to turn off my lights. I'm leaving my lights on. And
your whole building dies.
And then your
right.
neighborhood gets blown up for your own personal liberty that, you refuse to turn off the light. No, at some point, there's a bit of a responsibility at some level, somewhere. Turn off the lights.
And that's the one little thing. No, I mean, look.
Especially the WFO logo mask, which is available.
I was going to say, just make money off of it.
Right.
Like all the people who think the way that I think, like, let's just make money off of it.
Can you imagine how much money Disney is going to make on Mickey Mouse mask, Minnie Mouse, every character? Listen, when they did the magic bands, oh my God, the amount I've purchased 3 different magic bands for myself. I'm like, why?
We posted 2 weeks ago that we did a vote on which Erica mask it was going to be.
Right.
Like we had to order them, right? Like I've gotten bombarded. My email is blown up every single day. I actually had somebody text me 5 minutes ago asking, what's the deal with the masks? Where are the masks? Like we're already going to have to order more because I have like 180 pre-orders. It's stupid.
And at drag races, you can probably wear a mask anyway. Like it's probably a good idea. You're talking about.
Honestly, does the starting line game, look, the starting line game that Mama K started, and I piggybacked very quickly. I thought these were really, really cool. I'm not going to lie. Something like this is probably a little bit more convenient. I can throw up my little fanny pack because I wear a fanny pack.
Listen, when I'm doing prime time, I wear Courtney's bandana, and it's there, and I'm like, because it's
the clutch guys.
I just tough it out, breathe in the nitro. And
you can move, Joe.
Like
I'm on a
full
stage.
circle clutch guys. The guys who get the ladies. We're going to full circle this episode like it's a sitcom.
That's
clutch
right,
guys.
That's right. That's right. So, Courtney, I had asked you as we get ready to wind down. It's already you guys been on for a long time, so good, so entertaining. But the last time on the show,
yes, ma'am.
Cut those.
Yeah, you got cut those. And what about the turtle?
Here's the deal. I leave it on there.
Yeah.
So then when I cut them. So then the turtles.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
Courtney, I'm drinking Budweiser. This is my redneck thing I got going on right here.
I don't think Budweiser's redneck per se. It's
Come
just
on, dude,
macro.
really?
No, it's not. I don't think they like natural light. Or that's, I don't know. Budweiser, man.
Anyway.
30 years in drag racing. Give them
listen, I like Budweiser.
They got the select.
Shout out Kenny Bernstein.
I used to work for Budweiser. I mean, come on.
Last time I gave you kind of a mini assignment, and I think we might have already just done it. In that I wanted, Courtney time, like what's grinding your gears, like what's on your mind. And I think it just happened organically, but maybe you had something else prepared.
Well, I had like 2 or 3, you know me, I can't plan. If I plan, things just go away anyway. And I feel like it's wasted work. Michael Heiner's here.
Heiner was on last week.
He says I'm redneck.
I watched it. I love Michael Heiner. He's so funny.
Good, super smart guy. Like speaking of like
super smart guy.
Scary.
Hey Joe.
And he has a stool. What?
Before Courtney goes down the road of giving it what grinds her gears, can we talk about you flying before we get off the air?
Flying.
And then flying.
Yeah, I need advice. I fly next week. What do I need to know?
And let's talk about our airplane woes, Courtney.
Travel woes.
I like that.
Go ahead, Courtney. Go grind your gears, Courtney.
What grinds your gears, Courtney?
Okay, well, you just routed it because this was one of my bullets. Joe, this I can kind of on the whim here. We need to know the specs of this. If you flew, what do I need to know before I go? Because I like to be able to exhaust all of my liberties without going to jail, but I want to piss people off and I want to make sure that people know the limits of the rights that we have. If I don't have to sign this paper, I'm not going to sign it, those kind of things. Give me a couple of tips and then we'll go into grind my gears. Give me a couple of tips for flying next week.
Okay, so here's what I did. I did not have these masks. They did not come in just yet. I would have wore that. Instead, I wore a bandana like you wear. Okay, a lot of people wearing masks, a lot of people wearing super masks like N95.
Required?
Tank. Yes, required. Not so much walking in the airport, at least not the airports I was in. I would say 70% with masks, walking the concourses, 30% without. And honestly, the reason I wore the bandana was so that I could like pull it down to get some air. Jason, you mentioned it's not that hard, but it actually is. Once you start like you dragging your luggage through the airport.
Oh, I get it.
Courtney, I don't expect you to have this problem because you're in such great physical shape, but breathing your own carbon dioxide while tugging that thing through the airport, man, it's not fun. So I like pulled it down a little bit. Bring sanitizer. Like have sanitizer with you, easily accessible. I have it on my bag. I sanitized a bunch of times. Bring some sort of like wipe, even if you have to make it, which I don't know if it's available.
I do that before Corona.
Okay. wipe everything on the seat. I got upgraded on the big flights. I was in the first row with nobody sitting next to me, which was super great. I was front row Joe, and it was awesome. But
Dude, that's positive. I look forward to that.
Right.
if you are anywhere with any kind of status, there's a really good chance you're going to get upgraded. So be ready for that. No service, no beverages. So you're not getting alcoholic beverages or anything like that. Nope. The Admirals Clubs are closed.
What?
Yes. Admirals
Courtney,
Club.
we're driving everywhere. We're going to get a
This
roadie.
oh my God.
In fact, I went in there just to get the lay of the land because everyone needs to know that these two are the reason I purchased an Admirals Club membership. And it was genuinely one of the greatest pieces of advice I've ever received in my life. But since
American Airlines does not pay us, we just use it.
But now that I think about it, considering we do and will have a vast audience for this, all you folks out there, it's terrible. Don't join, don't pay, do not join the Admirals Club.
Not worth it.
It costs like $500,000 to be a member.
You don't get enough benefits. It's crowded in there already.
They're closed, Joe?
Yeah, they're closed. They're closed. So you can go in there and get a flight change. So if you have any problem flying.
So I got a BYOB to the airport?
Yes.
Or what?
You do.
That's not cool, man.
Most of the stores, like the little kiosks, the places where you would get food, most are closed. Which is counterproductive. It's counterproductive because it causes a giant line at the one or two that are open.
I am not well. Traveling and cocktails go hand in hand. But,
pair.
Airports, casinos, the only place it's acceptable to drink at 6 a.m.
Yes.
When we start traveling again, Joe, this will naturally become the travel woes thing, because if anybody's followed Jason or I on Facebook, y'all know I get down on the travel woes post. Alex Laughlin once told me that he refuses and boycotts them because they're too long and that it's nonsense, but they are worth the read because all of us have lived it. So I feel like maybe next week, Joe, if you'll have me after PDRA, I can come back with like a COVID travel woes situation, because I have a note in my phone and I will start doing the research.
Well, whatever you want to do. And that's what Courtney time was going to be about. Like whatever's in your mind, grinding your gears, whatever. That's what it is. Cause I don't know.
It was gonna be about no fans to be had at the racetrack this weekend, but I was going to spin it in a point to, it grinds my gears that we can't have it. I feel like some of these athletes, most of them anyway, get into a certain mental state. I know that it even changes the way that I work, and that sounds silly, but when you're in a fishbowl full of, however many tens of thousands of people watching you, it just creates a sense of drive and a sense of want to put on this show for those people. And so I was going to kind of spin into how I was upset that we were going to be missing that, but we're going to see a different brand of winner, I think, through these kinds of races. And it's going to be different teams and different skills and different things are going to come to light. So what grinds my gears might make me excited next week.
I like it. Well, whatever. That's my attitude. Like whatever you got.
I can't wait.
Joe's like, I'm drunk. I'm over this.
No, he's been drinking for 4 hours.
But I'm slow sipping, and it's not that. It's I said whatever it is, I'm interested. Jason, when he comes on the air, that's why I want to have you guys back on a consistent basis, because number one, most importantly, I have to prepare so much less. It is so much easier on me because I don't have to prepare. I know Jason's going to be funny. I know Courtney's going to say something great. I'll fill in the dead spots, and it's going to be great. That's my real motivation, and I do speak the truth. But then I do have a beverage occasionally. All in all, though, it's a little stressful flying, but it's fine because there's nobody there.
I can't wait, Joe.
When you get 80% capacity, it's going to be a very different story. That's going to be stressful because there's plenty of room. You guys are not even going to believe how empty it is.
I can't believe they don't give you drinks on the plane. That's some gosh darn
Dude, am I allowed to bring little things? Like, can I bring little things of Tito's?
They made some sort of announcement about alcohol, but since we're talking about travel woes, they got to upgrade those speakers, and they get the woman's got a mask on. She's got her mask on, and then she puts on the thing. Alcohol.
You're like, what?
What?
Alcohol.
What? No alcohol?
No alcohol?
Dude.
But again, though, like, is it frowned upon, or is it against the rules, or what's?
Who are you talking to, Courtney?
Yeah, Courtney. Who are you talking?
Listen, there is always all kinds of stuff going on here. Right now, I have Dion in here. I had Wes Buck's daughter, Sophia, was just at my door. I told her to come on in, but she went. It's Friday afternoon here, and we're a big family. Like about 4 o'clock on Fridays, people are just kind of hanging here, and we end up usually hanging here till like 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, you're in a cool spot.
Michael Heiner, you hush your mouth.
You shut your mouth.
I will kick your stool out from underneath you when you're on the starting line.
I love it.
That was harsh.
Did you?
No, he knows I'm just kidding. I'll catch
Courtney, how is your? And I'm sorry, Joe. I don't mean to. I want to keep talking to Courtney. There she is. I love her. So excited. That was my birthday weekend too, by the way. How is your campaign with Craig Garland going?
Let's talk about it.
Oh man, there you go. What grinds your gears? There's one.
I didn't know if this was allowed. So the RFC, I have been a supporter of RFC my entire life. I have run that Ichthus on my car since I was 8 years old. It is my home church. It is the only church I tithe to. I'm very big on it. Craig Garland has changed my life tenfold. They let him go. They eliminated the position. All the personal stuff aside, which any of you that can know me, you already read it on my Facebook page. Craig Garland is going to be just fine. We are about to launch a campaign to match his severance pay so that he doesn't have to sign his rights away to contacting all of us and going to the racetrack. So be tuned for that. I am going to run that.
What?
Yeah,
he
exactly.
has to sign his rights away?
Careful, like legally with his.
Yeah, like with severance packages and sorts. So we've just kind of been talking. All these things are his decisions, and this has been very fluid and whatnot. But it's either like when you get let go of any organization, you get a severance agreement.
Yes.
And if you sign it, you get the dollars. If you don't, you don't.
Right.
So he's gotten some counsel and some other teams' advice, and we've decided, I think, that we're going to try and integrate him into some programs at the racetrack through teams and maybe go that way. Not really sure. I may be busting the bum here or whatever. This is Courtney Enders speaking, not Craig Garland, not Beverly Garland,
Absolutely.
nothing. Yeah. Courtney Enders speaking here of what I think we're doing.
Listen,
but anyway.
For people who don't understand the situation, and this is exactly why people listen to this show, you get a little more insight into what's going on. Craig has been doing such a great job out there. And Courtney, you can speak a little bit more about what he does in between when I see him, which is at pre-race ceremonies, which he gives the invocation. That's not his job. That's just part of his job.
That's part of his job. He's a literal team member there's probably 8 to 12 teams that rely on Craig and his family. There's a lot.
You're risking your life, like
risking your life, and your family has to be comfortable with this man, because as morbid as it sounds, and Clay Milliken and I talked about it, Steve Torrance and I, Mama Kay and I were on the phone for an hour. Like, it's not just the drivers. It's not just praying with them and having a comfortable face that they can do all these things or go to church. It's further than that. It's a safety net system, and it's a trust system of not only when you're in fear, but when bad crap happens. There's been a lot of bad stuff that happens in our sport, from as easy as my sister catching on fire and me knowing she's alive down there, but having somebody that I know and trust to not talk religion to me, not necessarily quote the Bible, but be a connection who understands your sport, your heart, your faith, and your fears, all in the same boat. And much like they did with the starter position, where they said it was going to be a regional starter, and we all fought that, because that's a position that the drivers need to have a connection to and the teams need to have a connection to. And what I feel the RFC is learning as fluidly is that the head chaplain position is the same, if not more important, because when something goes down, if Erica Enders or somebody gets in an accident and they're in a hospital and we cannot speak to them, and I can't go to that comfort level. I can't hug my sister. I can't touch her, know she's okay. And they send some regional person. No offense to the regional people. I know them. I'm with them.
Yeah.
But it's not the same.
No,
and
it's not.
It's a very delicate
It's just
position.
like your home church pastor who you have a
Can't
connection.
rotate.
Yeah, you can't rotate the guy coming in. Listen, I love Craig Garland. I love
He's real.
He is he did a Wednesday prayer the other night. I'm in my chair watching it. Didn't pray for me, but I literally was crying. I'm like, God, I love this guy. I go, he's
just raw.
He's raw. And listen,
loves us.
I grew up Southern Baptist, and he and I talk Southern Baptist, every head bowed, every eye closed. Raise that hand if you want to say, I see that hand. He and I joke about that all the time. We joke about that stuff. And I might not be the most religious person right now, but if I ever had a problem, I'm going straight to Craig Garland.
So on that
because
note,
he's that guy.
I'm not, I don't really go there. I keep it very private.
Right.
Personal.
That's why I almost wasn't going to bring this up on your
No, but that's fine.
I know, I did.
I'm okay with it. See, but that's not how I feel. I'm not against it. I'm just like, I keep it in a special place that only I really think about. But Craig Garland, though, has me thinking about stuff. And he has been able to like serve some things up in a way that it causes me to think about things. And if you can do that, like that means you're good at your job. And I like the man. And obviously, these are decisions that are being made for reasons, right? But there have to be thoughts and considerations given to other very important reasons. Like you've got this traveling group of people, and the traveling group of people.
We're the body, right? We're the body of this church.
That's right. Can't constantly be making it, not just with someone like Craig, but other positions too. You mentioned the starter. You need to have people that travel with the tour for the tour. Otherwise,
it's a weird life we live, and if you don't completely relate to it, there's a wall, and we could go into a whole rabbit hole here of like why personal relationships don't work a lot of times if it's not there. But it is just a space that such few people. It's like a niche space where people don't really understand it, and especially something as vulnerable as that. I've watched it. I remember when the Smileys were there, Jim Jack. Like I'm telling you, I've been through this whole process with them, and I've loved all of them dearly. I still talk to the Smileys. I still talk to Jim Jack. All that. But watching Craig gather fans, the drivers that come there, there's something bigger about it. And I think that it might be Courtney Enders speaking. I think that that might even be the problem, is where he's real. A lot of pastors, a lot of things, it becomes about the money that comes into it, and they have to please people of sort, and I understand those parts of it. It's a business at the end of the day, but Craig's a real dude. Beverly's a real woman. Like, you are not getting the cookie cutter nonsense of this fake bliss.
Well,
like if I want to go to Craig and I'm bleep, bleep, bleep because I'm so upset, it's awful. Yes. Does he end up teaching me some kind of lesson? Yes. But it's like a level of like, let the people be the people because he knows us.
Right.
And that's the whole point we're trying to make here, is just that position is so important. So important.
There's
You're right.
RFC thing that they have, right? Like I go by there. I don't go to it, in all honesty, but I go for a morning walk, and sometimes, and I listen to those things, right? I keep my ear out, and sometimes there's a big crowd there. I monitor things like that. Sometimes I'm in a rental car. I'll put on like AM radio and listen to like the crazy deep South religious shows just to find out what they're saying. I'm curious about what are people saying? What are they communicating? And I'm my monitor for hypocrisy is really what I do. Like I'm listening. Like, what are this guy telling people? Right. And I've listened to Craig a lot of times, and I have never heard Craig say anything that I deemed to be like
culty.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, yes. I never heard him say anything that I felt like was misleading or hypocritical.
He just tells stories. He tells stories and closes them out with a lesson of sorts.
Exactly. So anyway,
or don't.
Long story short, I appreciate what you're doing. Good job bringing it up there, Jason Logan.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go all that way.
No, I wanted to. I really wanted to. It was all I could think about all week when you said I could have the space, but you know how I get on stuff like that. And I was the first one to bark up, and I called the executive director of RFC and talked to them. Like, they're probably like, what does this girl care? But like, it was heavy on my heart.
But you're right. I mean, going back to having Craig there in times of need because you trust him. It's like having Larry Leach at the top end, taking your Hans device off. It's familiarity. It's people that are there, and you're like,
that's
okay.
That's a great connection there, Jason. Good job.
You're like, Larry Leach is there. You got Big Dave down there at the top end. Those guys.
Dude, they miss Big Dave. The drivers still say it. They're like, man, I miss Big Dave.
It is a familiar thing, especially when you're going 320 miles an hour, and in 3 seconds you're like, oh my God, what just happened? Oh, okay, there's that big tall guy. Oh, that's Dave. Even if they don't know their name. Or there's Larry. There's that old guy, old crouchy Dave. Larry Leach. That's the familiarity of it. Even with me, they're like, oh, I mean, I know John Force, and he doesn't get all up in my business.
You're jumping the shark with this analogy.
I know, but he's like, when I start calling John Force the GOAT, I'm like, he's like, Tell that guy to stop calling me the GOAT. I don't even know his name. I've been out there for freaking 12 years, John Forrest. How do you not know my name? He doesn't know me, but he knows I'm like that jackass that'll stick a mic in his face and shoot a shirt up in the stands. It's just, it's a common space.
Your entertainment, like any of the traveling road shows and stuff, right? Like imagine you're the Rolling Stones. Do they get a different roadie for each town they go to? No, they need to trust that it's going to be
routine. It's
yes, and even you, Joe. I mean, when we bring out a third announcer that's not familiar, they run over to the crew guy, going, "Hey, man, what just happened to your car?" I don't know. You beat it. And then when you're there,
you're going to get less.
Jason, how many texts a weekend do you get when you're not there from us?
Oh my God, it's unbelievable.
But it's different though, Courtney, because he chooses to not be there. There are times when he's not
true.
there.
Listen, hold on a second, Joe. I don't choose not to be there.
He chooses to not be there.
I don't choose. I am forced.
Yeah, by the economic system of our country.
That's another show.
Yeah.
That's a Jason Grimes is here. But I'm happy, dude. Listen, I'll go back
Jason,
with this.
should I do a show on my page where we have no rules?
No rules. Well, wait a second. What are the rules here? I don't
know. I feel like y'all work for NHRA. I have to you don't work for NHRA. You're contracted by NHRA, and I'd like to keep peace. I like to keep peace. Yeah. But I also like to irritate people. Just ask Evan.
Yes, exactly. Well, who knows? I do like to maintain my employee as best as I can. Not employed.
But like that could be the thing. It's like uncensored with CE. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous. My hands are sweating right now just because of that concept.
Unleashed. Look who it is, guys.
Oh,
hey, it's Craig Garland. I'm telling you, dude. I texted Craig. I go, bro. After that Wednesday prayer, I go, man. I needed this. I needed that day at that time. I needed it. It was crazy.
Dude, I was in tears on Mother's Day because I have issues. But I was in tears on Mother's Day, and I hadn't talked to a soul. Like everybody's with their moms or their wives or their grandmas or whatever, and I live here by myself and don't have kids, and my mom lives on a sailboat. She's on here. What up, Janet? Anyway, I'm upset for some made up reason in my head of it's if I don't have kids, it's like this day alone, right, or whatever. And Craig Garland texted me, and it was just I had to pull over because it made me cry so hard. It's Mother's Day isn't about that, but it was a personal thing of some struggles that I've had and things that he knew, and I freaking ugly cried.
He sends random texts too, and it's
right when you need him.
I see that hand, Craig Garland, and it's right when you need him. I'm going, why does he know this? Why does he know that I need to be up in this? Put her on now.
Not even right here, just for a second.
Just say.
But they know your dad.
Is this
No, she said so politely. No, thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah,
she's a cutie though.
It's probably illegal somehow to put a child who is not allowed. It doesn't have signed a release form.
All right, sorry, Joe. I apologize.
Also one of the names on my check.
You have to do that on your Courtney Uncensored.
Joe, I apologize for bringing all that up and dragging your show for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, okay, cool. Then I'm happy.
So here's to Craig Garland, and we love you, Craig. You're a good guy. That's one thing we all.
By the way, we're toasting alcohol to a pastor. Come on, dude. What are we talking about?
And that's why Craig Garland is the man, because he loves us for our flaws.
I know. He makes those prayers his bitch.
Flaws.
I F-bombed one many times in front of him, though, but it's so funny. I'll say it, and then I just, if y'all are him, I look over and I go.
That's why. That's not his.
I love him.
His bag.
And that's what he says. He just goes like this,
He's the best. And the best part is he doesn't get churchy on you.
But you feel the church without him getting churchy.
Right. And he leads by example. Joe and I've talked about this before, bringing, he's got a nephew. I've got a 9-year-old, all the same age. I'm going to ask Beverly Garland if she'll watch my kid so they can hang out with DMC. And because while we're working, we can't do stuff. And I'm I don't want to impose. But I'm Craig Garland will be dude, bring that kid out here. I'm in. Let's make it happen.
There you go.
Look at it, Dazzle.
Well, he's available now, Jason.
I know. Well, he totally.
I'm going to see him this weekend at the races. What?
But he's going to be at the lot also, or Texas? Where's he going to be?
Texas. He's regional.
He lives Yeah, he lives like 10 minutes
I have
from the
no
Motorplex.
idea where he. Oh my gosh! And that's the moral to it all. Like it's going to be a great reunion this weekend for so many people.
It is.
Here at the Plex, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We got our top alcohol dragster and funny car world champions. They're going to be out there. Everyone's going to be out there. All right, here's Courtney. Oh, look at
We got the Buck Dynasty.
Oh man!
Say hi, Sophia.
That's it. She's the heir to the throne. The Drag
She
Illustrated.
is the heir to the throne.
It's great.
She runs that place.
Children have
She
a lot.
runs the whole family.
They have a lot of power. Look at this. Mitchell says we all sin. Yes, that's true.
Thanks, Mitchell.
You got to get washed clean, right?
I love your drinking show, Joe.
Isn't this great? Isn't it weird though? Like happy
first
hour,
off, I just
and we're drinking beverages and talking about Craig Garland races for Christ and how
Joe.
great.
We all talk. I mean, I talk to Courtney every once in a while. I mean, at least once a week, I'll text her, say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Quarantine's been rough for me. I've had to do a real job.
I know. And Joe, you and I will text every once in a while, but getting on here and seeing each other's faces, it's been fun, and I love it. I miss everybody.
Jason texted me 5 minutes before we came on here and said, "I can't wait to see you." That's how gay we are for each other.
That's
Yes,
love.
Joe,
That's
you're so
love.
clutch with the timing.
Yeah,
You're so clutch. You're so clutch.
I miss Courtney so much. You don't even know.
Hey, y'all want to see something fun real quick as we go? There you go.
What is this?
Oh, the light is
It's a
too
reflection of seeing. I'll get closer. Are you in the hat?
bad. That's me.
Wow.
And the Pepsi Mobile.
Sponsored by the rival of the.
This is Tracy Woods. That is the heir to the Clay Smith Cam's throne,
Okay.
Oh, nice.
and also known as Sean Langdon's sister, stepsister.
Oh, good call.
There it is. Wow. Well, the whole junior dragster clan, right? It's a big.
Oh, we're all still like, honestly, we're very close. There's a really cool tight knit. That's a story that's missed too, is how many former junior drag racers are literally the top of the stars here. There's like 8 or 10 that are legit champs in the top, and it all came from juniors. JR, Sean, Erica, all them.
Once you grow up in drag racing life, once you're in this thing for a little while, and we see it all the time, it's hard to not be in it anymore because that's where all
It's
your
a prison.
are. It is a prison. It is a
I've
prison.
tried to get out.
You'll fight to
They
get
keep bringing you back in.
right.
I tried in 2013. I was out.
And
I'm back.
for how long? Yeah, I'm back. How long were you out?
Half a season. Half a
Right.
season.
What are non-drag race people like? No, I have lots of friends that could care less about drag racing.
Honestly, like this is funny. This is like a Courtney funny right here. Like I'm single and 33 now, right? So there's a lot of people who, even if I was a normal human being, couldn't deal with my schedule, let alone, right? Like if I'm just plain Jane and I only have my schedule, that's difficult to deal with. Let them meet me, and that's a whole nother thing. But what I've learned from being 33 and single and wanting to date somebody in the real world is
Courtney, I have 1 foot in the drag racing world and 1 foot in the real world. So guess what? I'm your guy.
Are you? I'm kind of looking.
Oh,
for
by
like
the
a
way, I'm
boat
married and
guy.
I've got 4 kids. So I mean,
No, I'm looking for like a boat situation.
Oh,
you know what
good
I'm saying?
call. Good call.
Yeah,
Good
I'm
call.
thinking if it's not gonna be race cars, I need like some kind of
On the water.
boat. Like I'd make a good ornament. You know what I'm
Totally, 100%. You definitely
Yeah.
need to be on the bow of a boat.
You could
Yeah.
definitely be a fantastic addition to a lot
So
of folks out
to
there.
all those out there, what
Yes.
CE's looking for.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got a boat, guess who's available for you? It's Courtney Enders.
We
She's
could do a
33
dating
and
show.
singles.
Single, ready to mingle. If you've got a plane, it's even better.
Yeah, oh, dude, Courtney's ready to go. She
Literally.
is arm candy all day long.
Yes.
I say all the right things.
Send your emails to joe@wforadio.com so we can and your credit
This bit's gonna piss a few people off, and I can't wait.
your updated credit report, and we will vet you. Jason will do the vetting and
All that.
put you up on a date.
I got questions on it.
Of
By
course,
the
you
way,
get evaluated on the show publicly. And
I'm in.
yeah, you're
Hey, Courtney.
Courtney Enders is the new bit. You go on a date with Courtney Enders and then get a really harsh review at the end.
oh yeah,
Oh yes.
Courtney.
Dating woes.
Courtney, here's the thing, Joe. What happens when you and Erica have been fighting? You know, you're competitive all day long. What happens if you find somebody before she does, or
Erica
she finds
doesn't-
somebody before you
listen,
do?
Neither of us really want anybody. I'll be honest with you, because we're not really like a fan of people. But
Right. Yeah.
No, as long as she's married to her career.
Okay. All right.
She's married to her career.
Married
I
to
feel
drag
like.
racing.
But now that you guys are
nobody's
older,
gonna.
you guys are older. You're adults. And you're not
Are you
like
kidding me? She's gonna build a guest house on wherever I buy property, and she's gonna be my problem my whole life.
All right. But have you guys ever?
Yeah.
You guys haven't fought over guys, have you? You haven't. Like,
No,
oh
we
my
have
God, I
a
love
very
him.
strict policy. No.
Okay.
Anybody in the drag racing world knows, like anywhere, like there will never be a dude who can claim both.
All right.
Never.
All right. Okay. That's good.
Never.
That's good to know. That's
Challenge it.
Joe
We have
and I
a
are
very
the same.
open line of communication.
Joe and I are on the same page as well. We can't claim girls.
There's been some that have tried.
You don't even care, Jason, because you're already claimed. You're already there. What
Joe,
about the character in the movie that was Erica's like love interest boyfriend guy?
That was real.
That was
She
real.
dated this guy in high school, same guy in high school named Chris Cobb. I just outed him. Chris Cobb. He was awesome. Awesome dude. Loved cars, hung out at the house. He was friends with my dad. He was super cool, super like Rico Suave looking. He was like just beautiful. And he was cool. He supported everything, came to the racetrack with us all the time. And I think that was kind of like loosely based on him, but it was ironic that he looked just like him.
I'm friends with your dad.
Yeah. He was in the friend zone. The poor kid was in the friend zone the whole time. He's like, I kind of like you. Hey. And I like drag.
Well, my dad was pretty strict on us with dating stuff. He used to tell us that we couldn't date till we were married. And once I understood what that meant, I got it.
Yeah.
But we weren't allowed to, like, could not go on dates till we could drive. Guys couldn't come pick us up. We had to pick them up, which probably says a lot about me as a whole.
Thanks, Susan. I appreciate it.
Right. He made you what you are. This in control of the situation type person.
Yes, as I've been told, an untamable wild animal. So
that's good. I think it's good. I think it's something to aspire to for all the dads out there. Much better than the alternative.
We had to wear shorts under our skirts, all the things. He was super duper strict. But I'm very thankful. Dude, yeah, it was bad. I'm very, very thankful though.
Not anymore, Jason. Don't worry.
I've seen Courtney dress out, so it's all good.
What were you going to say there, brother? As we begin our descent.
Did you know that I DJ'd Courtney's first wedding, right?
Yes, I am aware of that. It was.
I only had one wedding, also.
Well, it's your first one. I'm just saying. Hey, Courtney's dad, he comes to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm dropping the mic after I give my speech." I'm like, "Don't drop your mic. What are you doing? That's not your mic. That's a $700 mic. Don't drop the mic. Don't do it." I'm dropping the mic. And sure enough, he found a pillow and he dropped the mic on the pillow. I'm like, all right, you made it there. But every time I see this guy, hey, I dropped your mic. It's the best. Her dad's
but how cool is my dad?
No, your dad's the best.
He's funny.
He is funny.
Well, listen, good people make good people. And that's why, you got to raise. That's Jason. You got to get back to work, man. All right. I'm kidding. It's just a joke. Real quick, what's with the Cubs thing, man? I've known you a long time. I didn't know you're a Cubs fan. Like, why is this? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing it now? What's up?
So, Joe, I'm a Cubs fan, and that's what we had there. But I do a really mean Harry Carey, and we saw it last time.
Oh, okay, that's it. The Harry Carey thing.
Joe, hey, Joe, I know Courtney loves this act right here, but I'm a Harry Carey. I'm the Cubs announcer, ready to have a good time. Hey, if you want me to send you a cameo or anything like that, I'm on Cameo. Just go to Jason Logan, and I'll use Michael Hyder. How dare you, man? I just came out of character because you said boo. You're the worst. I'm going to send you a thing. Courtney's going to pay $20 to have me yell at you and scream at you. Go Nationals. You're not?
No.
All right. Hey, well, I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to go find Jason, see if he can come back in. That's why I got the Cubs banner up there. I'm a Cubs fan and a Bud man,
That was good. Hey, and I've got the little buck.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, little buck, how you doing? I hope you go out there and swinging for the fences.
Do you recognize him from the drag races? He's the crazy dude who shoots out
range.
Is she afraid?
Range man. You've made the child upset. The child is upset now because of what you've done.
She's a buck. She's fine.
She looks upset by what Jason did. I think you should have.
How dare you boo Harry Carey? He's a national treasure.
Listen, I think
of all the bits you do,
that's not the best one.
Shut, Joe. It's
I just don't
fantastic.
think that you're going to go to Cameo with. What's that?
Joe Costello, I have to go in a minute.
Yeah, we're ready.
I got to go now too.
Trying to land the plane in a second. So, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for joining us. It has been a fantastic time. You guys, once again, you raised the bar every time we had Megan. You guys asked questions. You ground beers. You pay tribute to Craig Garland. Do you have a final thought? I'll let Jason be the final guest this week. Courtney, do you have a final thought?
Do I have a final thought?
Yeah, do you have a final thought?
I'm going to leave my final thoughts with what I said about the Craig Garland stuff. And I want everybody to really think about that and then watch on my Facebook for when I release what we're going to do to help them next week.
Excellent.
That's my final
Awesome.
thought.
Courtney, thank you
Love
very
y'all.
much. Appreciate
Bye, Courtney.
There goes Courtney.
Bye.
Courtney Enders. We just gobbled up like 2 hours of her work. Day.
Dude, I've been
Final
on.
2 hours.
Joe, I've been on for 3 hours.
Really? Yeah. What happened when?
I've
Did
been
you
on. I've been on this thing since 2 o'clock. Come on, man.
Was the TMZ thing today?
TMZ aired. It aired while we were doing this.
Oh no!
Don't
Wow.
worry, I saw they sent a link, a copy of it, so I saw it already. So I'm good.
Oh, it's up.
Yeah, it should be up. It should be in your local area. So watch TMZ live, and you'll see your boy Jason. What?
No, you
On
don't.
TMZ live.
You're doing excellent work. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for being like residual co-hosts on this deal, so that I can, I just got back yesterday.
Like I don't want to prepare.
That's it. Hey, you ready? You're like, yes. She's like, yes. It's like, this is so great.
Joe, I really appreciate you having me on. Number one, so you and I can connect because you and I become friends out here. I love that. And number two, dude, I love drag racing. It's fun. I like that. I mean, I miss it. I want to be around. I hope people enjoy what we're doing.
It was good to see Megan at the track.
Yes.
And we do. And I'm glad we're all on the same page with the masks and like, just comply with the rules, people. That's the way back. Whatever the rules are, we comply with the rules, and that's how we get back.
I hope and pray everything goes well this weekend and nothing happens bad and it just goes off without a hitch because they're the guinea pigs. This is one of the first ones out there, first big one where they have a bunch of racers, and I hope it happens because I've heard rumors what's going to happen in July. I've heard, but there's no way on God's green earth we're going to Seattle. No way on God's green earth we're going to Seattle. Not happening. But
I don't know about that, man. It's only May. It's only May.
June,
all of June.
Take Seattle off. Take Seattle off and put something else in there. Put Norwalk in there. Let's make that happen.
They didn't want it.
Well, whatever. I don't know. I don't know all the ins and outs of that, but we're not going to Seattle. It's not happening.
Well, you're going to be the bad cop on this one, and I'm going to be the good cop, glass is half full, positive guy for a change. And I'm going to say it's possible. It's possible.
You can say possible all day long, but we're not going there. We're not happy. Not happy. Joe.
Are you talking about us as individuals?
No, I'm talking about there will be no Top Fuel dragsters going down the track in Seattle. And I'm just saying it out loud. I don't know, but that's my gut.
That's what your gut's telling you. All right, well, we'll put it down. We'll write it down. Just like you said, Coco Chanel is going to win the big Denzi race tomorrow.
Coco Chanel is going to win.
And you and Courtney both took Coco Chanel. I'm going with the 7-1 long shot of Mocha, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right,
dude, I just love creativity like that. They're so good. I love that. It's a fun family, and it's a fun sponsorship with Denzo, and they're doing great stuff.
Yes, they are. Excellent work. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for spending some time with us here on the Happy Hour Show. You've done a great
job. Show my picture one more time. Kissing.
Yeah. No, I
show the ladies what they can.
Look at that.
I mean, look at that. Come on, I'm a giver, Joe. I mean, there's no
during this.
Where was I?
Yeah, no, what are you thinking? Like, as you're in the bit, and so you've got to do it. You're going to get a kiss. But now, let's face it, man, a stranger is going to kiss your mouth. In the era of Corona, you would never do that. Not that the lady is dirty or bad. That's not what I'm saying. It's a total stranger, and you're kissing a total stranger, and you've got to go through with it. Here you go. And here she comes, and her hands are on your face, and the lips are about to touch. And what are you thinking, Jason? What are you thinking during that moment?
Joe, comedy is a serious thing, and you got to go for it. You can't hold back. You can't go, no, I don't want to do that. That's being prudish. You got to go in and jump over the line. You got to do the whole thing. That's how many people laughed at it. Everyone laughed at it. They're like, oh my God, there's no way he's going to be. He kissed her. Oh my God, I would never do that. That's why I get paid the big bucks, because I do things that you would never do.
What if she started to,
Yeah, I know.
What if that started to happen?
I'd have been like, yeah, I would have shut it down.
You're only one step away. Like that could have happened.
Joe, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you one little fun story, then we can leave. I had one lady grab my hand. I was pointing at her. I go, would you like to play? And she grabbed my hand and she did one of these. She grabbed it and went,
what?
I was like, what is going on?
This is horrible.
I'm not going to tell you which city it was in, but she did that on the fence line. I'm like going, hello?
I love
and
how you're judging the whole city based on this one woman's.
No, I'm not judging the city. It's one of my favorite racetracks. If you know who I am, it's one of my favorite racetracks of all time, and I love going there. And it's my I'm not saying it's not one of, it's the favorite. But yeah, no, they get nutty there
as well. Exactly.
It's the same place where I saw where we had a boobs on the screen the last time. So
okay. Yeah, this is a hot spot. That's where you want to go to. Why don't you just say the name of the track so we can
Bristol,
baby. Bristol, baby. We're going to book our tickets Father's Day weekend. All right, Jason, thank you very much. Thank you for doing
Joe, thank you, brother. Have a great weekend. Stay safe this week and enjoy Memorial Day. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Jason, thank you. There he goes. Jason Logan with us, making it fun. Courtney Enders, making it fun. Megan Meyer, Rachel Meyer. What a show. Wow. I gotta have a happy hour to decompress from the happy hour. After all that just went down, we went on a journey. We learned about many things. We spoke with Megan Meyer. We learned about the Doxy 3-Wide Nationals presented by Denso with Matt and Angie Smith. Angie jumped on there. We discussed the rumor mill in NHRA drag racing, and anybody that is a real and genuine fan learned a lot of potential things that may or may not be going on. It was great stuff. Mike Heiner, who was a guest on, if you didn't hear Mike Heiner or see Mike Heiner a couple of weeks ago on WFO, he was great. We talked a little Formula One. Texted me this morning. I did not get back with you, Mike, but man, it was great stuff. And yes, I'm happy to have a Formula One buddy. Eric Olson, who is out there on YouTube, says, great show. Just in time to watch drag racing from Texas. Can't wait to see you in Seattle. Yes. Susie out there, she was on the Ron Tobler Wine Night show, which was fantastic. And Mark, Quarantine with the Carusos. I was on there. How'd you like that answer with Amanda Busick, Mark? Wasn't that great? Like, it was just to cause what Jason just said. Sometimes in the moment, you got to do the right thing for the moment. And that was the right thing for the moment. Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. And to the people who make the show possible, we have got some great sponsors who are on board with WFO and have actually had some renewed interest in people becoming a sponsor of this show and of our shows. And Total Seal Piston Rings, Lake Speed Jr., Keith Jones, Matt Hartford, these guys support WFO Radio and actually came on Performance TV on the Motor Trend Network this past week. It will air in the next couple of weeks. 20% off piston rings, tools, whatever you got for DIY racers, reach out to them. But they also make some of the best stuff in the business. They're gas-ported top rings, etc. Total Seal, doing a great job and really appreciate what they do. Also, Marvin Rodak, down there in Fort Worth, Texas. I would imagine he's going to be at the Plex this weekend. If you like coffee, gourmet coffee, this is what you should start your day with. And I start my day off with it every day, and it's fantastic, unless I'm on the road, and then I really notice it when I get back. But it is amazing when you get a bag of the WFO Radio blend or any blend. Marvin Rodak roasts it fresh per your order. It's as fresh as you're going to get coffee. It is really great, and we really appreciate it. Steve Brenwald does our graphic arts and all the different artwork, and he can do like hero cards. He can do different graphic arts work, headers for your Facebook page, all that stuff. Steve Brenwald, BrenwaldMedia.com. Samtech.edu, the School of Automotive Machinists and Technology. All you kids out there, young people out there, parents out there, if you're thinking, man, these people who are talking about drag racing seem to really love what they're doing. That is true. And engine builders and CNC programmers, motorsport EFI tuners, all those skills are available at samtech.edu. And Frank Hawley's Drag Racing School, Frank and Lana Hawley, doing such a great job with fans, putting them in the seat of a dragster on the Dragster adventure or getting your license in a top alcohol funny car, whatever you want to do. Remember, we've got Factory Stock Podcast and Apple Podcast and also Hidden Horsepower, brand new episode with Lake Speed, where he talks about his famous father, he's Lake Speed Jr., Lake Speed Sr., beating Ayrton Senna head-to-head for the 1978 World Karting Championship by making an amazing crossover move in one of the final turns. and winning the championship. It's really cool. Hidden Horsepower, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can get it there. And also want to mention nitrofishracing.com, the WFO promo code. We would love for you to get the WFO Radio t-shirt, 10th anniversary t-shirt. But you can also get the Erica Enders, 3-time world champion t-shirt, Jason Lyons, End of the Line Tour, Finish Line Tour, all at nitrofishracing.com, and use the promo code WFO20. You're going to save 20% off. And Randy Lynn, amazing. You know, this is the conception and this is the reality, right? The masks. Everybody talking about the mask. Should you wear the mask? This is for who gets these masks? The people who have supported WFO Radio on Patreon. And they're getting hung up in my headphones, and that's a big problem. The people who are supporting WFO Radio on Patreon, which is like direct support. You love the show, patreon.com/WFO Radio. They are the first ones getting the masks. And then I will send out the masks to other people some sort of random way. But definitely follow on Instagram and on Twitter at WFO Joe, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you haven't written a review, like the audio of these shows go up on the podcast. Plus, the Ignition Show is special audio only for the podcast audience. And everything can't be live. Everything can't be Facebook Live. Subscribe, write us a review. It would be great if you did that. The YouTube channel, it's growing. It's growing. It's still hurting for certain. But if you watch this, watch on YouTube, write us a review, give us 5 stars and subscribe, click the bell, all that stuff. And it's great. And we make it worth your while because you can get free stickers, something for free. If you send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Castello Media /WFO stickers, P.O. Box 848-353, Pembroke Pines, Florida, 33084, a self-addressed stamped envelope to P.O. Box 848-353, Pembroke Pines, Florida, 33084, and you send a couple of stamps on your self-addressed stamped envelope. I can put a bunch of stickers in there, send it back. Maybe I'll send a mask. Maybe I'll stuff it in there. Who knows, right? But I'm just so happy that Randy Lynn Ship did such a great thing, along with Bo Butner, to give us the opportunity to even have WFO masks. Last week, and it is in the archive. You can watch on the website, WFO Radio TV, right in the middle there. We did a tribute to my old track, Miami Hollywood Speedway, with Darryl Gwynn, Jerry Gwynn. We had Hector Arana. We had Chris Cunningham. And we talked about all the great things that happened at one of the greatest tracks that no longer exists, Miami Hollywood Speedway. You can go back and watch that. It was tremendous. But here's the thing. Darryl Gwynn and Jerry Gwynn had a bit of an issue with their internet connection. And so we're going to have them back alone to talk about some of the great stories that happened at Miami Dragway. Look at that guy. Like, I'm looking at that picture, man, and I don't know nothing, but I see a multi-engine car. I'm trying to pick up like names on it, like who it might be. And that lanky character wearing the penny loafers at Miami Hollywood, like, I don't know. Who is that? Is that TV Tommy? Is the snake helping him? Like, I don't know. That can't possibly be. Can it? I don't know. I can't identify. I'm going to have to send that one to Phil Burgess. Who? It's Phil Burgess's birthday. Not that he watches this deal, but happy birthday, Phil Burgess of NHRA National Dragster. I've got a column in the new Dragster, the free Dragster that's out. Just kind of getting everybody hyped up for innovation to be back drag racing. And it is so true. We've got to innovate. We've got to keep our identity as drag racers, which is to overcome obstacles. And you know, I always talk about my dad, Marine Corps drill instructor, and the motto, improvise, adapt, overcome. And that's what we're doing. And does it mean wearing a mask? Does it mean staying 6 feet apart from our fellow racers and talking a little bit louder? I think we can handle it. I'm excited. I'm going to go watch some NHRA.TV right now. Watch a little Lone Star Nationals at the Texas Motorplex. I know Billy Meyer is going to be around there. Maybe sipping one of these. And it's exciting to know. Galat Motorsports Park, PDRA, next weekend. I know Amanda Busick's going to be there. I know Kathy Fisher's going to be there. Going to be a whole lot of fun. And I appreciate all you folks. Maybe we'll have someone connect from there next weekend. All right, everybody, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for being viewers and listeners and subscribing to WFO and checking out the show. Thanks to Courtney Enders and, of course, Jason Logan. Appreciate it. Send some photos from the Gainesville Sportsman event. Yes, please, Mitchell. And say hi to Steve Brenwald, who'll be out there. Send pictures. Joe at WFOradio.com. And your thoughts on who should be future guests. The Courtney-Jason combination, we've been going like every other week. And it's been great. And I really appreciate what they do. and all the people who watch, like Mrs. Enders, makes her Friday, of course. Eric, who's out there on the YouTube channel. Can't wait to see you in Seattle. Yeah, I disagree with Jason. Too definitive. We don't know. Are we going to be back racing in Seattle? Like, the answer is that's scheduled. We don't know. But I'm not willing to write off anything just yet. We have got a crowd of about 15 to 20,000 people. It's a basketball crowd in an outdoor stadium. It feels doable 2 months from now. So I am going to hold out hope and continue to be optimistic. That is my move. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Happy Friday. Happy Memorial Day, even though, and I've seen a lot of people post about this, and this will be my final thought, I promise, solemn holiday. It's not anything other than a tribute to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country and our freedom, those who have given their lives all the way back. And we may barbecue and we may drink and we'll certainly drag race. And it is only possible because of their sacrifice. That's what Memorial Day is all about. And spend a little time thinking about it. And in a time where there's a lot of chaos and a lot of craziness and a lot of negativity, why did they do what they did? So we can do what we're doing now. All right, everybody, that's going to do it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend. WFO.